Welcome everyone to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
All right, so why don't you tell me your take on this whole situation? So I've watched it so many different times about, describe to the audience what we're talking about.
I mean, okay. That's what we're going to say.
I'm sorry. So the Oscars. We don't watch the. I don't watch the Oscars.
No,
I just watched what happened with Will Smith.
They're so low rated now.
Yeah. So Will Smith. It turns out that Chris Rock is hired to be a comedian and make fun of people. So, he made fun of. I thought the joke was tame.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a corny thing. It wasn't like anything where you would get his ass beat for it. I think. Yeah. And Will Smith laughed at it, but then he seen his wife be super pissed.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, I couldn't believe what I saw because I'm like, is this a joke? Right. That he went up to there's no security, there's no nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nobody's stopping him from going up there. And I had to watch it so many times. Like it was loud. Right. And then when I saw the Japanese version, like the international uncensored.
Yeah.
Because I thought at first it was fake, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of people did too.
Right. Until I heard him say, "Get my wife out of your effing mouth."
Mm-hmm.
My eyes went like this because I couldn't believe what I was hearing because he is in the prestigious Academy Award Oscars with all his peers. He is nominated for Best Actor, right? And all of a sudden, it's like thug life. Like he just went from the way he used to be before he was an actor to the same, like he never changed, right?
Yeah.
And to have that type of like no control, no filter, no like we've never seen anything with Will Smith where he lost control before ever, right? So he went back to the person he was, like, well, maybe he always was still this way, right? And he just embarrassed the shit, I thought, out of himself, right? Now, Chris Rock stopped, okay?
I mean, and I'll admit he did come to his defense towards the audience later. Well, we saw that.
Well, first of all, from what I gathered and I heard, they were going to arrest Will Smith. And Chris Rock says, I'm not pressing charges. And they were still going to arrest him. And the Academy asked him to leave.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not.
And of course says,
he's like, I'm not leaving. He's like, I'm not leaving, Will Smith. So they were going to arrest him anyway. And Chris Rock is like, don't do that, whatever. And then also the producer stepped in too. Now, this pissed off just about every comedian there is because they're hired and they're allowed to joke around. That there can't be anything where they're not allowed to say certain things because then you can't be a comedian, right? So that joke wasn't really that fucking bad, I thought, right? But Wanda Sykes immediately upset, Jim Carrey, whole bunch of people, Amy Schumer, everybody, right? People turned on him. Like they were not like, and the biggest argument is that you don't make a stink when your wife cheated on you with your son's best friend.
Yeah.
But this bothers you? This bothers you. Which it didn't bother him, right? Now,
he looked over.
It didn't bother him. It didn't bother him at all. But I guess he got bothered because she got bothered. But like, did she give him a signal like he needs to do something? So anyway, my thing is, personally, I'll give you my take first because I'm talking about something.
Yeah.
I think he should be permanently banned from the Academy. I think he should be fined.
Well, he dropped out of the MPA.
Yes, he resigned, but he's still going to get disciplinary action. But I think one, he embarrassed the Williams family because this is their moment with the movie, and he got the.
I'll say this much. I did say.
What is your take? I'm talking too much. Go ahead. Yeah. You tell me.
Like I said, I did say. I can understand him being penalized for doing the decking. It was anybody's prerogative on whether he should have taken should have slugged him or not. That was somebody's that's your prerogative.
Well, what's your take? I want to know your take totally.
I looked at it as though
I saw you saying some stuff like
I basically said I saw Chris Rock and the Oscars being responsible because they could have at least told. I know in this woke world you've got to be lenient, but I said Chris Rock to me seemed like he went a little bit overboard with the joke.
But how though?
And I also said I feel that the Oscars probably didn't really do anything either. But they should.
Let me get your take on this. The guy didn't know, right? Chris Rock doesn't have to get a fucking debriefed on every single person he makes fun of. Like he had no fucking idea that she has a hair condition that stops her from growing hair, right? He just making fun about her fucking hair. He didn't fucking know that this, but he's not required to know. He's hired to make fun of people. Now, he's a comedian. Like, you and I agree with the whole woke shit. Like, I don't want anything to change where people are afraid to fucking say anything. Because in this day and age, people get offended with everything, right? But don't you think that, first of all, that was not even worthy of a slap at all. That wasn't even worthy of anything. Like, it wasn't funny. It wasn't super funny. It was like...
At the same time, I thought this was planned. This in some way, shape,
or form. I thought it was fake too until Billy sent me the uncensored version. So, in case you guys are not aware, we had Billy, I guess, had set up a group chat, which I'm not a fan of usually group chats because we had problems.
Yeah, I'll dive in every now and then.
Right. What's up, Chris?
Hello, Billy, everybody.
Hey, so Billy created a group chat talking about this whole Will Smith thing, and I thought it was fake at first until he sent me the unedited version, and I'm like, holy shit. And I said to myself, like, because I had to work and everything, and I'm like, oh, I really want to do an everything show about this, honestly. And now I finally came home from work, and I'm like, oh, you know, if anybody's around, let's go. Billy's at a comedy club, or else he was very upset. He wanted to bid 10, but he's at a comedy club right now. So, I just think that he had no fucking class whatsoever, Will Smith, and that you got to have some type of fucking common sense that you know there's a possibility you're going to win the Best Actor award. So why would you embarrass the shit out of yourself? But he just wasn't thinking. He just immediately saw his wife get pissed, and he's like, oh, fuck this. But immediately it was like the Will Smith of before he was an actor. This is the way he acts. Yeah. What do you think, Chris? I mean, this is fucking ridiculous, I thought.
I personally think that there's more going on with him than we know. I don't think we have a complete picture of
with Chris Rock or with
no. I think personally, I think that to me, he comes off as somebody who's under a lot of mental stress, and this was just the last thing.
And it was a minor thing, though. It wasn't even a bit, but that was just the last straw, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think this was the last straw for him.
Well, let's see this, because his wife has a show, right? That she talks about crazy shit, right? But she cheated, basically, on him. And he played it off like he's been okay with it, but he's not.
Yeah. He did. You could tell the interview. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
No, I was just gonna say. I think that's part of it. I think that there's probably a lot going on with him that the public doesn't know, and he, this was just it.
This her cheating.
No, I don't think that it's anything that we can point to and say that's it. I think that like all the stuff that we've seen with him is just part of what.
All right, well, let's try to analyze what's going on with him, because here's the thing: he was during COVID. He made a video that because of COVID and the lockdown, he gained so much weight that he embarrassed himself. That he was very upset with his appearance, right? Very upset with his weight. That he was going to spend tons of money, like, to go to the gym and different things. Now, and he did that. He made a whole fucking series out of it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And now he's back to normal, right? Okay, but that was for his health and well-being, but he was worried. He was upset with his appearance. He was upset with that.
Mm-hmm.
But that might be part of that. But that's done already. So my thing is, I honestly think he's been playing it off, like trying to seek the high ground with his wife. but he's not really saying what like he said to her he was done with her, but like not really don't like he didn't really say that bullshit.
They did a little
I
side by side
know,
together.
but he never really
And when she
said.
was revealing it, he was getting you could tell he was getting
Right, but he never really emotionally said, you fucking did this. There's no anger. So he's building this up, right, where the pot's about to fucking burst. And he's always playing it off like, ha, right? But it's not. So now it really does bother him that his wife cheated and everything, I feel. Like, and then everything else is going on. And stuff with his kids, like what's going on with his son. Did his son want to be a woman, then didn't want to be a woman or something, right? Like he's getting all this stuff's going on with his life. So, but he's still making movies. That's the thing. Like he's making movies. He's not poor. He's rich, right? She's making money doing her thing. The kids are doing their thing, whatever they're doing, right? I think one of them is singing, right? Mm-hmm. So it's got to be, to me, his wife is the center of the whole thing. Like emotionally, he's not telling the truth on him being upset. Now we don't know if he cheated either, if they have an open marriage or whatever, and if
they're now saying because she cheated, it's like an open marriage, but exactly from which direction?
Oh, is that what it is now? Now he just
I don't know. And again, I can't say for sure. None of us can say for sure because we're not involved in that.
Yeah.
But he comes off to me as somebody who is in an open marriage, but is not happy that it's an open marriage.
Well, it's because of her.
I really think that he cares for her a lot more than we know.
Right.
Because you wouldn't do something like this if you didn't. Like if you harbored some kind of resentment for somebody like that, a comment like that would kind of just be like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. I don't like it.
He's got to be like fucking head over heels in love with his wife.
This man got up and physically assaulted somebody for making a
out of character
joke, in my opinion, about a rational person, in my opinion, would have gone up to Chris Rock after the show and been like, hey, man, I know you were joking. Jada didn't take it that way. Could you maybe say something to her? And, and I think Chris Rock would have been like, yeah, I get it. And it would have been no problem, right? He was not acting rationally, obviously. And they say, obviously, that when you're in love, you don't act rationally.
That's true.
I honestly
They asked him to leave. He said no. And they, you have to think of these things too.
Did you see the just to kind of piggyback on that point there, did you see the interview with the head producer of the Oscars today?
I did not, because I was working all day.
That guy said that the LAPD was ready to go out there and arrest that man on live TV. And you know who it was who basically begged the LAPD not to do it?
Chris Rock,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he kept saying, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. He stopped them. He basically said, they went to him, they're like, listen, man, you have rights.
And Will Smith is aware of this, though, right?
He is
Will
now.
Smith is aware that Chris Rock saved his ass.
He is now. Well, Will Smith just resigned from the Academy, too.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned.
So,
yeah.
But it's not going to help, because they're going to go after him like that.
This is a bad situation for him. But I don't think this is like the end of the world. I think that eventually we'll understand what he'll do some kind of interview where he'll explain what's going on.
I think it's just this day and age with cancel culture and everything. I think he's going to take a break from acting. He's going to go away for a year. He's going to come back. Everything's going to be fine. I don't think his career is done. I mean, you would think it would be, but just imagine now, Chris Rock's sales went through the roof after this.
Oh, well, somebody made a really good point. They said Chris Rock now has material for the next 10 years for his stand-up if he wants,
right.
Because people are going to go to his shows to find out just what happened.
Like, hi, I'm Chris Rock. I got my ass beat by Will Smith. But when I was watching that, right, I noticed that he clenched his fist, right, Chris Rock, but immediately stopped himself because he's like, I'm in the fucking Oscar. Like, you know, like, because immediately, right? It's like, you're going to go hit back, right? So of course, he just didn't do shit because he's like, for a split second, he could have, like, hit him back.
I think he handled that perfectly. I think
so
that
too.
He is probably one of the most professional hosts that I've ever seen.
I got to tell you.
Anybody else is swinging back.
Everybody should hire him because, like, he fucking just continued. Wow. And everybody's got to say that. He was amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Best fucking thing of
yeah, even though I felt the way I did, I will say that.
Well, I want to get back to that. So tell me why you think it's Chris Rock's fault, like the whole thing.
I couldn't hear you. What?
Tell me why you think it's Chris Rock's fault, the whole thing.
Like I said, I just feel that, granted, people need it. To most people, it may not have looked as though it was in good taste, but I do. I think it was not a good taste, and you could tell something was up even in the audience when they were constantly panning back to him. And I think the moment when he saw that his wife was unamused, he went up there. I still can't help but think in some way it was staged. I don't know why.
Well, let me ask you a question. Weren't they friends?
Yeah.
Okay. So if they're let's just play conspiracy theorist, right? If they're best friends and he knows that Jade is taking him for a fucking ride, right? As a best friend, does he purposely fucking provoke his best friend into a reaction?
It depends what happened prior to it.
Because I thought they were friends. Chris, weren't they friends?
I don't know if they're best friends. Like I don't think that it was anything like they're always hanging out with each other. I've never heard that before, that him and Will Smith were like. I'm sure they've known each other.
Maybe
I don't think it's like you know, he's like in his wedding party or anything like that.
Right.
You know, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think
right.
So.
I don't know. We don't know the deal. Yeah. All I know is that
I just know it just felt like it was in bad taste, and he sort of knew better.
But that's the thing. It wasn't a fucking joke that was like. It was just I thought it was a minor shit.
I've heard a lot worse. I've heard comedians say a lot worse. Yeah.
If he said, "Hey, Jada, you have this fucking disease," and I don't think he even knew that she fucking had that, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he would joke about it if he knew she had that. Right? It's not like he gets a fucking medical fucking file and everybody makes fun of.
You know what it is? It's different for everybody, because like you think of a guy like Christopher Reeve, who had like a great sense of humor, and he would make jokes about his physical health all the time. You know, he didn't care. But it's some people are able to laugh at that and some aren't. And I think that Jada is at a place where she's not there yet. And unfortunately, he joked at a time when she's not comfortable with what's going on with her. Yes. And again, does that clear Will Smith to go up there and assault somebody? No,
I agree.
He laughed too, though.
To Smith, though, it felt like
he didn't see anything was wrong with it, though, originally, until he saw her face, and then he's like, "This is the love of my life, and she's hurt, and I'm gonna fucking knock this guy out."
Which to me, look again, that to me is just again, you know,
I mean, the fucking Oscars, bro.
You don't act rational. You don't act rational when you're in love. I get it. My thing is just like, that is a very odd, like, you laugh and then a split second later you're like, I gotta fucking get this guy. Like I still don't get it. I don't crazy.
It doesn't make any sense to anybody, really. And then another thing too, it's like, now, why did he? I know he won the award, which that's probably awkward as fuck too.
And they're saying they wanted to remove it. But if you think about it, in a way, it takes away from these past few years.
No. I don't think they need to go that fucking street.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
No, don't take away his award, but his fucking speech about fucking God summoned him to be a vessel of love. How the fuck are you a vessel of love? You just beat the shit. You just fucking. I don't understand. Like, what do you have to say about that, Chris? I mean, why? They're all talking to him like he's the fucking victim, though, right? Like fucking Denzel Washington. and fucking Tyler Perry, you know, like
I
Like, no,
certainly
is
don't
it-
think that in that moment he was the victim. I think that.
But did they go and consult Chris Rock? Did they like, are you all right? Did anybody go to him? He's like, are you fucking okay or no?
Yeah, I mean, some people did. It just wasn't those people out there. You know what I'm saying? The thing that the thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way was how he, in the speech that he gave, and I'll say this: I don't think they should take his Oscar away because
Yeah,
what
same
happened
here.
doesn't
I agree.
it doesn't
No,
resolve his performance, and it doesn't
No,
resolve
I
the
agree
work
too,
that went into
no.
that movie. So he should keep the award. I think that he won
I
the
agree.
award for that. He should keep it. They should acknowledge it. He should keep it. It should not be expunged or anything like that. The thing that rubbed me the wrong way was that during his speech, he said that he wanted to be like, you know, King Richard and stuff like that. And in my opinion, I don't think he should have said that because now you're dragging the family and almost using that
That's
as
what
like,
I said
I I did something wrong, but I want to be
You
like
just
it's
knocked
like,
their fucking dad.
yeah, it's like even if that guy did that what you did 10 times over, like don't drag them in.
Now, did they?
Did
Did the Williams daughter? You know, the sisters. Did they say anything after this? Because
I don't know actually. That's a good question.
They were pissed. I thought. I saw their fucking face. They weren't fucking happy. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder what they're
it's a very odd situation, and it's just
I think he needs to be permanently banned. Honestly, I don't know about you, Chris.
I think he might be. Apparently,
I think he should be permanently fucking banned, and I don't think he should ever get nominated for anything.
Yeah, no. Apparently, they're going to have some kind of decision by April 18th. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I think. Well, here's the thing:
governing body.
They're not going to be dicks and say they're not going to nominate him, but so that's the thing. If he's permanently banned, he can never get the award if he's nominated. So he's never going to get nominated ever again for anything.
And the fact that he's not with the MPAA anymore.
Because you can't be banned and then get nominated. Because then you can't appear. I think he's done. But you don't think this will affect his career, though, at all?
I don't think
I
so.
agree with Chris in some way.
I think
it'll take maybe 6 months to a year, maybe a year and a half.
I think his career is done at the moment.
No, he'll be back.
No, but I honestly think that
if he does come back, there's going to be limitations.
But who's going to fucking hire him after this?
They've still got the whole I Am Legend 2 thing.
Is that really going to happen anyway, though?
Yes.
They may.
But let me ask you a question: how is that
in that one too?
But how is that going to happen when Ezra Miller did some shit? Weren't they going to fucking threaten to fire him as the fucking Flash?
Well, hold on. What Ezra
originally years ago,
what Ezra Miller did in the past and recently is far worse than what Will Smith did what he did to Chris Rock.
Yeah.
No,
I know, but in the past, didn't he body slam a fan or some shit, or did
he choked a female fan, which again, in my opinion, is worse than Will Smith smacking Chris Rock.
Well, that's beyond worse, but I mean. And then he just did something too, and he's not.
This is the
same company though. This is the same company, WB. Right.
So this is the thing. On the Ezra Miller front, I completely agree with you. He should be done. He should not.
He should be done. He should be fucking done.
You know, another YouTube channel made a good point where WB should refilm the ending where he gets killed off, and there's another Flash.
Why he was supposed to die?
No, I'm saying that they should do that. They should refilm it where he gets killed.
Really? I don't.
You can't have this guy. You can't listen to me. You cannot have this guy as one of your main characters.
Yeah, but you can't kill off the hero in his first fucking movie.
Sure, you can.
Really?
Sure, you can. They're replacing Superman with Supergirl. I mean,
yeah.
Well, not really. I mean, that's.
No, really, they are like legitimately.
But I thought they were pushing Shazam to build a Black Adam to build up a Black Adam versus Superman.
Not anymore.
But I thought that was the whole thing behind him becoming Black Adam.
Henry Cavill's done. He's done. He's done as Superman. He's gone. But anyway, what I'm saying is this, right? Will Smith will be okay. He will be fine because he made this apology. He's got most of Hollywood backing him up.
I don't know why.
You're gonna have
because they're looking at him because he's got. I hate saying this. But he's got Jada there as sort of.
But don't you understand that?
Very good point.
If going forward, that anybody can just go up to the fucking stage without security,
they're going to have. They're going to have limitations.
You can't have that anymore.
They're not. I'm telling you right now. There's going to be
security.
There's going to be an unwritten rule next year that if anyone makes a move on that aisle, if they're not supposed to, they're going to get fucking tackled by like the CIA or some
They
kind
got
of
they
crazy
gotta
secret
have
service or
security. They gotta have
Um,
security there.
Either that, or they'll have Dwayne the Rock Johnson be the host because nobody's rolling up on him up there.
No,
But
Jesus.
you know, this is my thing. Will Smith will do an interview with somebody where he talks
he'll do
about
he
all
says
his
he'll do
What
the
is it? Yeah,
apology
but you know what
tour.
though? What is he gonna fucking say that he's gonna be forgiven?
dude. You know how easy it will be for him to schmooze these people. It's like friggin' leading a dog on a race. It's not even.
And like I said,
Not
I
even
know
funny.
it's going to sound disgusting.
He's gonna
but
make
got
fun of
Jada
himself.
there as sort of as a little medallion. And I hate
He'll
saying
talk.
it that
He'll talk
way,
about Jada.
but
Yeah.
She should
I
do
think
G.I.
Scott's
Jane
absolutely right.
too now. They should give her like $20 million to do G.I. Jane.
I'm telling you, I think Scott's right. He'll do an interview later this year or next year where he talks about everything that was going on, and then people will be like, "Oh, Will, poor Will," and then
But
that'll
didn't
be
she
it.
talk
That's
about
where
it
we'll be back.
already though on her show or no?
Oh no! It'll be all different. It'll
No,
be
but isn't
just
she
Will.
talking about it lately or no?
I don't know. I don't watch her show, so I don't. You know, but this will be all Will, and he'll talk
Mhm.
about it, and then we'll get some insight as to what was going through his head. You know, and that'll be. I think.
I don't understand how he's alive and I Am Legend. He's dead.
probably what
Unless they
they'll
go
do
the
is they'll
alternate
do his
ending.
flashbacks or
But they never showed him blow up, right?
No, he died in the theatrical cut. In the
Mhm.
alternate ending, he lives.
Because he blew up. He set the thing to blow up, and he blew up, right?
In the theatrical version,
In the
he
theatrical
was killed
version,
by
yeah.
the grenade. But in
Right.
the alternate ending, which is a far superior ending in my opinion, he doesn't
and a
die.
lot of people have been saying that.
How does he not die? I didn't see the
In
alternate ending.
the alternate ending, the butterfly tattoo is on the Darkseeker female that he was testing, and he brings the gurney out to the
Mhm.
Darkseekers that were in the lab, and the Alpha Darkseeker keeps the other ones from attacking him, and he gives her back to them, and he goes, "I'm sorry," and then the Alpha Darkseeker tells the other ones to leave, and they all leave, and then at the end, Will Smith is driving the woman and the kid to that survivors colony, and that's where the movie ends.
So if that doesn't exist,
It's a much better
Yeah,
ending.
that's
You can
the
find it on
alternate
YouTube.
ending where he survives.
Yeah, it's a much better ending because it puts the I Am Legend idea that was based off. I think it was based off of the novel Omega Man.
Yeah.
Into perspective, because in that book, the vampire creatures tell him that he has become like a boogeyman that they tell their children, and so that's when he realizes. Yeah, so basically like these like vampire infected people have their children, and they're like, there's a human out there that kills our kind, and
But they're
he's
afraid
like
of
a
him.
legend. Yeah. I think that in this, it that alternate ending kind of speaks to that a little bit because he
And
realizes
I've seen that. Yeah, and
he
I've
just
seen
leaves.
that they've got it on YouTube, and I agree. And a lot of people, I think, agreed as well. That would have been a better ending to use.
It's a fantastic ending. I don't really understand why they didn't go with it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Ezra Miller. What's the latest with him? He's in jail.
He's probably been bailed out by now, but I know that this was a pretty serious thing.
Now he just fucked. See, now you just fucked your whole. What do you do as WB that they've spent tons of money for this movie, and now how do you promote this? You got to delay it now, right? Severely.
Oh, yeah. And
because
they've got
they
another
have to do
PR.
reshoots.
They've got another
They still
PR
do
issue on their hands with this.
Why?
Because people are now pointing out, like, hey, WB, you fired Johnny Depp for a lot less than this.
Yeah, and it
so when
turned
are you going to
around.
fire Ezra Miller?
Yeah, and it also turned around that the woman who made those accusations were just that, accusations.
Oh, you're talking about Amber Heard. Now we're going into
Yeah.
that thing too.
Because it was
he lost the Pirates of the Caribbean because of that
as
too.
far as saying that, these rooms were all screwed up and torn to pieces.
First of all,
But yet
that
there were-
personal
but yet
life
there
of
was
Johnny Depp,
photograph evidence that the rooms were not even messed up.
the whole personal life between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard should not affect their fucking movie careers at all, and it did because he lost fucking Pirates of the Caribbean, new sequel potentials and everything, and some roles he did. All right, so let's think about this now. I want to talk a little bit about Morbius because I'm confused.
It was good. I saw it. It was quite good.
Well, no. Okay, here's the
Morbius.
thing. I want to ask. Now, you saw it, Scott. Chris, did you see it? No.
I've seen it not in the conventional methods of seeing.
Okay, so I want to. All right, so we'll talk about that later. But anyway, my question is, right?
Yeah.
Michael Keaton's in it, correct?
Yeah.
He's in the after credits.
Yeah, he's in the after credits.
And this is not the MCU.
Oh, okay. So
just all right. Is this spoilery or no?
Yeah, it's an absolute spoiler, but nobody
Yeah.
should go see this movie, so it doesn't matter.
That fucking bad.
It's that bad. Listen.
Oh, fuck.
Wanda is no longer the most powerful being in Marvel.
What?
Michael Keaton is. Because
What?
Michael Keaton's character apparently is omni-aware that the multiverse exists and that he's in a different universe, and he can conjure his Vulture suit from one universe to another.
Wait.
Know that, and wait. It gets better. And he knows that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and that he is responsible for him going into another universe. And apparently, he can allow Michael Morbius to survive in the desert.
Hold on,
because he's
that
that powerful.
I'm lost now. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Who put who in another universe?
Okay, so you know the spell that Doctor Strange does at the end of No Way Home?
Okay.
Sony went up to Marvel and said, "You don't get to make the rules for that spell anymore. We do."
What?
Because you know how that spell put everybody back in their own universe?
It brought him to.
Yeah, Michael Keaton got put into the Morbius universe because he can manipulate that spell, apparently.
Wait a minute. He's a magic user?
He might as well be. They don't explain how it works.
Does he have the Infinity Gauntlet?
He might as well have it.
Wait, he's just a fucking vulture.
Yeah,
he is.
So that's he somehow broke the spell so that he could, I guess, get into Morbius's universe.
Wait a minute.
Listen, wait, hold on. So I'll describe the scene for you, okay? The scene opens up with in Morbius's universe, which allegedly is Andrew Garfield's universe.
Oh, allegedly. It is.
And he winds up in a cell in prison because you know he was in prison in the MCU. He winds up in another prison cell in this other universe, the Andrew Garfield universe, let's say, and he knows that he's in another universe
because he makes the comment of, "Hope this is a better."
He says, "I hope the food is better in this joint."
Hope the food's better here.
Right. So then the police are like,
"Well, why is he arrested in that universe?"
He's not. That's just it. There's no criminal charges in this universe.
The police are like, "Who are you?" And he goes, "I'm Adrian Toomes." And they're like, "Well, Mr. Toomes, we don't have any files on you, so you're free to go." And he's like, "You bet." And that's it.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, right?
Yeah.
Agatha Harkness said, once a spell is cast, it cannot be changed.
Nope.
She didn't say that.
Sony went up to Marvel and said, all your magic bullshit doesn't apply anymore.
What? No, we can't have that. Hold on. Agatha Harkness told Wanda, once the spell is cast, it cannot be uncast or changed. Mm-hmm. Now you're saying that an ordinary person with no magic abilities, Adrian fucking Toomes, who's the Vulture, he's not even... There's never been any comic that I read that he's had any type of magic capabilities whatsoever, right? So now he doesn't have an Infinity Gems, he doesn't have Infinity Gauntlet, doesn't have anything, but he just is hopping from universe to universe?
Apparently, because what happens is, you remember how at the end of No Way Home, there was that purple, like it looked like the sky was cracking open and it was purple?
Yeah.
That same exact effect comes into the sky in Andrew Garfield's universe, and then Toomes winds up in the prison there. So basically,
he decided. Okay, wait. He saw all this happening, and he jumped through the portal.
He never really said he jumped. He just appeared.
He just appeared, but he knows that he's in another universe. He just knows.
Okay, so
this is what happened, right? Sony went up to Kevin Feige and was like, "Hey, we're gonna put Adrian Toomes in the Andrew Garfield universe using the spell that Doctor Strange
fucking sense. That makes no sense.
And Kevin Feige said no, and they said, "Too bad," and then they did it.
What?
That's basically what happened.
Oh,
but wait, it gets better.
Home made so much fucking money that they think they can.
Exactly. Yeah, but wait, it gets better. That was only the first after credits scene.
Oh,
the second one has Michael Morbius driving through the desert, and then he looks up, and there's the Vulture in his Vulture suit, right? And he goes, "Thanks for meeting me, Michael Morbius. I don't actually belong in this universe. I think it has something to do with Spider-Man. You and I should put a team together to do some good." And Michael Morbius goes, "Intriguing." And that's the end of the scene.
Okay, another question. Because I'm obviously going to watch this movie immediately now. What's all the stuff about Spider-Man Murderer? That's Andrew Garfield Spider-Man Murderer?
Gone. It's not in the movie.
What?
None of that stuff that related to Spider-Man made it into the movie. They cut it all out.
Mm-hmm.
Is Andrew Garfield
they were still up in the air? Because at the time they were up in the air on which universe he was going to be in.
Is Andrew Garfield in the movie?
Nope.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Are they going to say that Mysterio is behind all this?
Nope.
That he's behind some villains behind the Vulture being universe hopped around?
Nope. We already know what it is. The director already clarified everything.
You just got there accidentally?
He said that it was Doctor Strange's spell sent Adrian Toomes into this universe.
It doesn't work like that, though.
Which is not what the spell did.
So in other words, technically now, Peter Parker could go to MJ and say, "I'm Peter Parker, Spider-Man," and instantly her memories are back.
No, where are you getting that from?
But how does he able to break the spell? He's the Vulture.
Exactly. That's what we're trying to say. Adrian Toomes has de facto become the most powerful being in Marvel. Because he somehow knows that he's in another universe. And get this, he was able, think about this. He was able to build a more advanced Vulture suit than he had in the MCU. In Andrew Garfield's universe.
Okay, so let me ask you a question now. Andrew Garfield. This is Andrew Garfield's universe.
Allegedly.
Yeah, because I hadn't yet decided which universe he was going to be in.
And because the director made some comments that it's not in the MCU, it's not in the Raimi universe. So then it's like, well, then it has to either be a fourth universe or Andrew Garfield's.
All right, so let me ask you a question now. So now, it can't be that the spell is broken in the MCU, because if he's able to know that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, right? Could the spell, not be localized, as we were talking about, to the universe, just to Earth, because it's not that big of a spell?
I'll say this, and I think Scott will probably agree with me on this, but if you don't, Scott, please let me know. I think that Sony has now thrown a monkey wrench into this story, and anything can fucking happen. Dude, you could have fucking Howard the Duck show up with a chainsaw and he kills Deadpool before his movie, and then Deadpool's head possesses Wanda, and she becomes a puppet. And dude, Sony has effectively looked at Marvel and said, "We don't care what you're doing. We're going to do whatever we want."
That sucks. Why don't they just make another Amazing Spider-Man movie with Andrew Garfield?
Well, that would be the smart thing.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Apparently that is now off the table, from what I've heard.
What?
Apparently that is not holding any water anymore. At
What
least
about
right now.
what about Tobey Maguire?
That's even less.
So they're not going to be Spider-Man anymore. Like they're done.
I don't think they're done. I just don't know if Sony has any plan. It sounds like what Sony
Are they in Doctor Strange movie?
They could be. It sounds like what Sony is focusing on right now is Venom 3, which may have one of them or all of them has Spider-Man. We don't know, and a Sinister Six movie because that's what Toon.
Let me ask you a question.
At the end of Morbius.
Could Doctor Strange have lied and he actually knows Peter Parker's Spider-Man still?
If Sony wants it to be that way, sure.
We heard now. This was definite that Sam Raimi is hired for Doctor Strange 3. Right? That's what I heard.
If Doctor Strange 2 does well, yeah.
They said he signed. No, they said he signed before it even fucking comes out.
Yeah, but that stuff could always change if the movie.
Because they always promise sequels just to be on the safe side. So.
I mean, look at Scott Derrickson was doing Doctor Strange 2, and then he went in a different direction than they wanted, and now obviously.
Yeah, but now Sam Raimi's super happy now.
Yeah.
So
we got to hope that movie does well, because I'm telling you
right
now.
I'm very worried about that movie because
they're still shooting it apparently right now.
That's what?
Apparently they're still doing reshoots.
I heard Ben Affleck's Daredevil in it.
I mean, apparently they reached out to him, but at first
he said yes. He said no. I thought he said yes.
No, at first he said no. And there have been a lot of insiders that saw the movie that said a lot of the cameos that we heard about didn't happen. At least in the version that they saw. They said apparently there's multiple versions out there. I
also heard that Ben Affleck dies in the Flash movie, and now they changed it where he's going to continue as Batman. I'm confused.
I highly doubt that.
When is the Flash coming out?
It got delayed. Got delayed till next year.
Where's the Thor trailer?
Don't know.
And I thought Kang is supposed to be the big fucking thing of the whole thing now.
I'm going to say this, and this may
I'm
be
so
a hot
confused
take.
with everything. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
This may be a hot take. I know that there's a lot of Marvel fans out there. I'm not trying to be that guy. Marvel is not really in a great place right now.
I don't think so. Well, I mean,
financially they're fine, but creatively they're kind of all over the place.
I'm going to say this because I think this coincides with what I said originally. I was wrong about Shang-Chi because I really loved it, right? So I accept that as a hit. I think it's excellent, right? To me, still, even after seeing Eternals, that was the biggest fucking mistake ever, I thought. Still, to this day, that is the bomb. That is the bomb of Marvel that you just fucked everything up. And I'm going to say this because you now made it that these assholes that have killed more people than Hitler and more planets than Hitler, there was only one planet with Hitler, but like these assholes we're supposed to cheer for, and these assholes are supposed to be like the Celestials and the whole.
Well, if you look at it, if we're gonna go do the let's follow it this way. If they're gonna constantly do the whole multiverse thing, they could easily come back and say at some time, the Eternals is part of the multiverse. It didn't really happen in this universe.
I gotta tell you, I watched it and I was like, what are you trying to be? Right? One instance they're teaching us how to get followers and subs on YouTube. I'm like, wait, what? And then Bollywood and this. They had sex and fucking, like, I'm like, holy shit. Like that, and then all of a sudden a gay kiss, and I'm like, what? This is like you just put everything in a pot and mixed it. And there's like no purpose behind anything. Like, I still don't know. And then all of a sudden you try to make something out of Dane Whitman, and you throw Blade into it. You just fucking wasted Blade's appearance by the voice. Like, nobody likes this movie like that much. So now what do? You just fuck. And then this asshole was parading around in space that I'm the fucking brother of Thanos. Well, why would you parade around about that? He destroyed half the fucking universe.
Yeah, Eternals. felt
It's a
like
mess.
it felt like a story that was so far removed from Marvel that they had to throw stuff in there to remind you that this was in the MCU.
Well, why would anybody parade around? That guy's supposed to be an Avenger, right? Star Fox. He's supposed to be an Avenger in the comics. He's supposed to be a good guy. Why would you parade around? Hey, the biggest villain ever is my brother.
You have to also
Like, maybe
remember
he's not actually
Star Fox
talking to a lot of people.
has got this ability to pretty much manipulate people's emotions and all that too. So.
And then Marvel, I don't know, like they don't have to change the MCU because of fucking the Marvel doesn't have to change the comics universe because of the MCU. And now they're introducing Thanos' fucking grandfather, and Thanos' grandfather's going to Thanos, and he's like, "Oh, you killed half the universe? You couldn't kill the whole universe?" Like just says something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Like you're not that good enough. And I'm like, wait, who's this? Because there was never a talk about Thanos' grandfather, and like I'm like, what?
Well, the
What?
comic sales are from what I hear are not doing so
They're
hot.
abysmal.
They're just
Let me
they're
tell you
just throwing
something. The
everything at
comic
the
sales
wall.
are like the fact that you made that the Thor's hammer was a female trapped inside. Like, I don't even.
Oh, that was hilarious. They're gonna do. You know they're gonna do that in the movie, right?
Well.
You know that's coming, right?
And then the whole thing about the enchantment and who's worthy. They had this character called Gwenpool that she knows all the comics characters because in her universe they're all comic books.
Mm-hmm.
So she takes Thor's severed hand. She travels back in time. She gets Thor's hand to grab the hammer because the hand is worthy, even though he's dead. Like the hand is chopped off. It doesn't work like that. That's not how. You can't just get his dead hand to lift the hammer. So she uses his dead hand like a glove. She puts her hand inside Thor's hand, cut off hand,
Yeah,
and she's lifting Mjolnir like she's worthy. But that doesn't work like that. And they keep doing things about the enchantment, like Hydra Cap had the hammer, and I'm like, wait a minute. And they're like, oh, why do you think it's they got to be good to be worthy? They could be evil too. And then Doctor Doom one time, I'm like, wait a minute.
You know,
this doesn't make any sense.
It's that these writers have these ideas where they come in and they're just like, it would be cool if we did this.
Wouldn't it be cool?
I mean, I can't tell you how many. Okay, so like my favorite superhero is Ben 10,000, right?
Yeah, I know. You don't know.
I'm a huge Ben 10 fan. Okay, in the original show, it was like his DNA is the default. Nobody else can use the Omnitrix except for him.
Right.
Then it was like writer after writer after writer just started changing shit. And it just got worse and worse and worse until there were no rules. Like everybody could just use it. That's what's happening with Thor. That's what's happening with a lot of these characters. It's like there's no like, listen, you can write for this character, but you can't do this, this, or this.
They ruined the whole Mephisto thing deal. Because then it turned out it wasn't about him at all. It was about his fucking granddaughter, or his daughter is the one that kills Mephisto in the future. So this is why he wanted to prevent her birth. And all this shit about Norman Osborn sleeping with Gwen Stacy, that never happened. It was all
going back to the whole notion that Cable traveled back in time to kill Apocalypse with the legacy virus. I mean, not the legacy virus, the techno-organic virus, which gave him the idea to give young Cable the techno-organic virus, which caught it pretty much
that paradox. No, I mean now I lost what I was in the fucking. I totally fucking got lost. What was I saying?
Spidey's
Mephisto,
daughter, whatever.
So the whole point was that Norman Osborn was so fucking crazy that he thought he was good enough to be sleeping with Gwen Stacy. But here's the thing: he didn't know. I mean, so
that's really
she never saw,
creepy. By the way,
but not only that though, Mary Jane had a false memory that they slept together, like that Norman Osborn slept with Gwen. So that never happened, which I'm glad, right? But so now, Harry Osborn was dead, and Mephisto changed the whole entire universe around, and there was a clone of Harry in his place while real Harry's in hell becoming the biggest demon there is and getting powers from Mephisto to get revenge. But it was just about it's just whatever. And now Harry's in heaven.
Is this when he repeatedly kills Spider-Man like a bajillion times?
Right. Well, now I guess Harry's in heaven, but not Kindred Harry. I don't know. It's confusing,
that's nice.
But yeah. Well, the clone Harry's in heaven, I guess. And Norman Osborn's a good guy because he just lost all the evil, I guess. So that just ruined that character because now he can never be evil.
These character changes, like, you ever notice that, like, recently they're, like, wrestling, like, heel face turns? Like, one day one guy's a good guy, and then he's like, I'm gonna fucking hit you with this chair.
Well,
and
they turned that fucking evil, and then it was blamed that it was Doctor Strange's fucking fault. Because
everything
he erased
Doctor Strange's fault.
Well, because he erased okay, here's the thing. Really, Marvel fucked up because it was Mephisto that erased everybody's memory of Peter Parker. That was one more, right? And then they said, we can't have it because he can't be the devil. So they made it like Doctor Strange did it. But he didn't do it. Mephisto did it. But so they said that Black Cat, because she didn't have those memories of Peter Parker being her boyfriend, whatever, she turned evil. So when he told her, because she was crying to him and everything, when he told her, I'm Peter Parker again, the spell was broken, and she was restored completely. And she said that is completely why she became a villain, is because of the fucking spell fucking with her. And she was violated by Doctor Strange's spell because she could have been this person and she became this person because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went to the whole backstory about how she was really in love with him when they were together and she wanted him to propose, even though she never, that Peter David wrote that she really wanted him to propose, and she was never that type, but she would have been marrying him and everything, and yeah, it's a mess. But anyway, Doctor Strange. Now Doctor Strange is dead, and his ex-wife is the Sorceress Supreme, and she kills people. So what? She's a warlord. She's Dormammu's daughter, right?
Doctor Strange, like, all he wanted to do was go get a sandwich before the Hulk crashed through his ceiling. That's all him and Wong were talking about.
Yeah.
They were going to the deli. And then just...
So I have a question. So, Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme. There's the snap. Wong is Sorcerer Supreme for 5 years.
Yeah.
Right? Doctor Strange comes back. He's not Sorcerer Supreme. Or is he? Because he got everybody together to battle Thanos. So he is Sorcerer Supreme now again, or he's not?
Technically, I guess Wong is still the Sorcerer Supreme.
How is that possible?
But I mean, we might find out more in Multiverse of Madness. But I think.
So in other words, you mean to tell me they're going to kill Wong because the only way Wong could give up being the Sorcerer Supreme is to be dead. So you're going to kill Wong, and then Doctor Strange is going to be Sorcerer Supreme again.
Yeah,
that sucks.
I'm gonna say this though too, right? If Wong gets killed by Wanda,
I'm gonna be pissed.
I don't care about her anymore.
Like, I love Wanda, man.
They could drop a rock on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care.
She's one of my favorite fucking characters.
I get
Vision.
It, man. Yeah. No, I
way
get it,
before
man.
there was ever a WandaVision, way before she was even in the MCU.
Yeah.
We would be doing fucking podcasts, and I'm always like, "Oh, this is what I got in Scarlet Witch Vision." I always loved them.
Wanda. I like Wanda too. My thing though is like there are certain characters that you kill them and I'm done. Like,
well, they fucked up they killed Scarlet Witch in the comics, and they're like, "Oh, we could bring you back, but we don't have any of the memories when you were married and had kids." So like, she's just the Scarlet Witch of before any of that, and it's like, ew. Wait, because she evolved. Like, wait, what? She has no memories of having been in a romance with the Vision either.
That's dumb.
Well, the X-Men whole thing is dumb anyway, though. That whole
my thing is like, if Wanda kills Wong, like, I don't want a redemption story with her. At that point, I'm just like, she's beyond that point for me.
She can't. As the hero, she can't kill anybody. She's not the. Well, I mean, they can't make her. They're gonna make her the villain, honestly.
Allegedly, she.
I hope not.
Spoilers. Potential. She allegedly murders every member of the Illuminati. And that's why Doctor Strange has to make a new one.
Wait, is it her or is it the Wanda she encounters?
It's her.
It's her.
It's the MCU, like legit Wanda.
Oh, Wanda.
In fact, the one that she apparently encounters in this movie is actually a good version of her.
Well, the same version of her, but just now
Just
she
good
encounters-
because her kids are still there.
Oh, so she beats Agatha, but she gets to keep the kids And Vision?
Somehow in that universe, her kids are real.
and Vision,
I would imagine so, yeah.
and he's in it.
Because apparently the crux of how she stopped is like she finally reunites with her kids, and she's like, "Oh, my children," and then Doctor Strange is like, "Yeah, look at your kids," and they're like, "Oh my God, Mom, you're a fucking zombie."
Wait, back up. Explain this to me. What are you talking about?
So allegedly, Wanda goes to this other universe,
Right.
like towards the end of the movie. She's murdered.
Oh, the end of the movie.
Yeah, allegedly, the way this movie, in at least one test screening, the way it ended was that she's in this separate universe. She possesses the body of the good Wanda, right? But it's kind of like a Palpatine in the clone body situation. Like you can't sustain her, right? So Doctor Strange gets there, and she's like, "It's too late, Doctor. I've already won." And he's like, "Oh, really? Look at your kids." And they're like, "Mom, why is your face falling off?" And she's like, "Oh," and like the sight of her kids being afraid of her is too much, and she just loses it, and something happens to her.
So wait, her body gets destroyed?
Allegedly, the only way that she can get from one universe to the other, because this is the one thing that she can't do, allegedly, she can't go from one universe to the other. So she needs America Chavez's power, because that's literally the only thing America.
But where's
Chavez
her
can do.
body?
It's in the MCU, but her spirit is in another universe.
But she can get back to her body.
She can. But if she does that, she can't get her kids.
But she's going to go back to her body eventually.
Well, no, because she wants to stay with her kids.
No, but I mean, if she
but
can't...
what she doesn't realize is that the more time her spirit possesses the Wanda from this other universe, that body starts to break down.
That body, not her body.
Not her real body, but that body in there. But here's the thing, though.
So
it's
she
like
kills the good Wanda.
Oh, either she kills her or she just possesses her. Like either way, like one of them. We don't know for sure.
Now is Agatha in this too?
I don't think so.
Oh.
She might be mentioned, but I don't think she's in it.
See, this is what I don't understand, right? WandaVision was one of the most successful shows, right? It did great. It was excellent. Everybody loved it. Well, not everybody, but people love her.
A lot of people liked it.
Right, but why would you now make her evil? Unless, so, like, I know they want to do the No More Mutants or whatever, like that type of arc, right?
Yeah.
But how could they ever think that is coming back from this? It's not like the comic.
I think that at the end of the movie, she's gonna be able to undo a lot of the stuff that she did.
So she's gonna undo killing everybody?
Not killing the Illuminati, because apparently Doctor Strange is gonna set up a new one. But I think like it's gonna kind of be like, yeah, you caused a lot of problems, but there weren't things that readily affect us in our daily lives, so it's not going to be a big deal.
She can't just kill them and then stay dead. She's going to be able to kill, like, in order for her to be restored, like, you can't just kill Professor X and everybody and then that they just stay dead.
That's the thing that I don't understand, is that if she kills these people, the audience is going to be like, fucking kill her, get her out of here.
Yeah, like you kill Professor X and Wolverine and right. Fuck you, you're dead, bitch. Like, kill this bitch.
Oh, right. Let me tell you something. If she killed Wolverine, I mean, that would be it. You think they're going to get a Wanda movie?
People are going to lose their shit.
No way. See, the
she takes out the fucking X-Men? Oh, shit.
The smart thing to do there would be that the MCU version of Wanda dies, but this alternate universe version doesn't, and then that's the Wanda we follow.
I don't want to follow an alternate.
I don't think they're going to do that. I doubt it. Yeah. I don't think they're going to do that. Or actually, let me take that back. The smart thing to do would be for Vision to show up at the end of this movie and be like, Wanda, you're off the fucking rails.
Like, the smart thing to do would be where she's in a state she doesn't know what the fuck she wants to do, but her actions make that universe's Wanda be evil. With that universe's Wanda says, oh, so I fuck up and I do this? I can't have that. I can't lose my kids. and then she turns evil, and she's the one that's going around, and the real Scarlet Witch is imprisoned, and she's fucked up because she gets the kids of it.
Some way. I think a combination of these things are what are going to happen because I don't think that there's one version of this movie out there.
I don't think our Wanda is the villain at all. Honestly, I think that Scarlet Witch in that universe is the villain.
Well, I can. You want me to kind of tell you how I know she's the villain?
Yeah.
I was in Walmart a couple of days ago.
Okay.
And there's a toy set, Doctor Strange versus Wanda. It's our Wanda too. Wow. So she's def the villain. Hasbro was like, nah, man.
Oh, fuck.
She's the villain. Like,
but like, let me ask you a question. Before everything was intricately connected, right? It seems like everything's not connected now. Like Doctor Strange will be connected to certain movies, but not all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you would think that Kang is the build up, but then like, oh, we don't do that anymore. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't do that anymore?
Apparently, there's not going to be a Thanos for these next few phases. It's just they said there's going to be multiple main villains.
Nobody wants
what
that.
They're saying.
You can't do that. That's like stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
that's like chaos. Because Kang, you're building him up as the biggest villain ever, and now he's not. Like Ant-Man's going to kick his ass.
Yeah. That I need to know how that goes.
Right.
But you know, a pathway to kind of lead to Kang would be like Wanda gets away at the end of this movie, right? Like she exiles herself. She's like, I've done horrible things. Let me exile myself. And then Kang shows up and totally imprisons her in something. And he's like, no more magic. And then that's how you build. Now he doesn't kill her or anything, but that's who you've established Wanda as being X powerful. And then Kang comes and he's like, I can nullify magic. And it's like, oh shit. He's a really big threat, you know.
See, honestly,
there were rumors actually that at the end of the movie, Kang invades the Sanctum Sanctorum and he kidnaps Doctor Strange.
Oh,
that was a rumor too. Is that he takes Doctor Strange hostage or something?
Well, I mean, so now what was I gonna say now? So Kang. So now Loki's connected with Thor with Doctor Strange, kind of, right? Or no?
I don't know. I kind of feel like Loki might be on his own plane here.
Because he's supposed to be an alternate anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a variant in an alternate universe. Wrap your head around that. Like
he's not all Loki.
Not
really.
But he's not even in a universe that he's supposed to be in. So he's a variant in a variant universe.
Yeah.
I don't like that term variant at all. Honestly, I don't like it. Diminishes the because there's no real Loki. Like that's whatever.
Because the Loki that's
I remember what I was gonna say. So the moment that the Vision got all the memories back, he also got the WandaVision's memories too.
Yeah.
So he should be completely restored and also have memories of having kids with Wanda and everything. So that should be the real Vision now.
Yeah, I think it's just taking him a little while to get there.
But that should be the same Vision now from WandaVision now. Like he implanted that into him.
I think the route they're going to go is that he's going to be similar. It's just going to take him a while to get there. You know, he might be a little bit.
He should be the one to defeat Wanda.
In other words, like the whole Thomas and William Riker type setup, basically.
Yeah, but Thomas Riker was never. He went so divergent from that thing that he was an asshole.
I think you're going to get a little bit of a personality difference.
Really?
Because there's also the sword programming in him now too, which was
that's out though. He's expunged that though.
No.
What do you mean?
Not
still
yet.
in there.
No. Yeah, it's still in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you got to remember that was a part of that Vision didn't have. So it's like a Vision.
He can't get rid of that. Doesn't he got to?
Oh, I'm sure there's a way.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a way you can get rid of it. We haven't seen that though.
So what's going on with Black Panther 2? Like that's finished filming, right? Done?
Yeah, I guess principal photography is done. So
what does that mean?
They still have to do reshoots and stuff. Post production.
So we have a movie.
There is a version out there, yes. It's not complete, but there's a version.
What about this thing about She-Hulk being a failure? We didn't even see.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever's come out saying that it's that bad means that it's that bad. But why would they allow that to be that bad? And I gotta tell you, when I saw that teaser, I'm like, this shit sucks.
Apparently, it has to do with creative differences. Like there were so many people doing their own thing that it was like this show is a mess. Like,
Well,
allegedly.
why is Marvel getting weak now? And Disney, why are they falling apart?
I think they're trying too many things at once.
Didn't we say that was going to be a problem?
Yeah, and also too, I can't say this for sure, but I think with the general audience, I think a lot of them have kind of been like, you know what, Endgame was a good way to end it.
No.
You know? Yeah.
No.
Because the general audience has been a lot more. If you've noticed reactions from the general audience, a lot of them have been kind of like, okay, Marvel.
Now with WandaVision, they love the shit out of that.
That's one of the exceptions. You're gonna have a couple of exceptions.
But I gotta tell you, like I saw Winter Soldier, I was not crazy about that. I told you
Falcon
about
and
that.
the Winter Soldier wasn't that good.
I was not crazy about that at all. Loki, I liked Loki, but
I thought Loki was phenomenal. I was a big
like
fan of Loki.
But I just didn't see Hawkeye. That's bad too.
I did. I watched it.
It was decent. I'll say this much.
It was all right.
Decent, and they should have gone with the ending credit scene, which they initially had, which is that owl that was inside.
Don't tell me. I didn't see it.
Okay.
I didn't see it.
Do you know that there's a certain character that shows up?
I know about that. Yeah, I know.
Not Kingpin.
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. You know what it is? This whole pandemic and all these crazy things happen in this world, and we got detached because I would be going to see every fucking thing there is in the movies. Yeah. And the moment that wasn't available, then I was like, oh, I can watch it at home.
Moon Knight, I would say Moon Knight is decent. It's decent.
You saw it, Chris?
And the new Halo, and I don't know if the second episode's out yet, but the new Halo one's out, which is decent as well.
Yeah. I haven't seen Moon Knight yet. I got rid of Disney Plus until Obi-Wan comes out.
I will send you a link.
That's the Obi-Wan's delayed though, isn't it?
2 days.
Let me ask you a question.
I think that's because the Star Wars Celebration.
Listen, I have a problem with Obi-Wan. I have a problem with this whole situation. Now, you know, when I was like 4, I went to see Star Wars, right? When I was a kid, and I saw all these things in the movies a million times. And I had this whole thing, and I'm always die hard back in the day, like Star Wars and everything, right? And then, of course, Last Jedi happened, and that's fucking fucked it again. But anyway, and all this other stuff. But anyway, I never thought that they had another battle. Like, in my mind, maybe a lot of people too, that, you know, the thing with the lava, and that was the last time they saw each other. I never had a thing that they're going to be fucking fighting 2 more times or some shit. And I'm very worried because, again, this is Star Wars canon has changed so much since I was a kid and since I grew up on this stuff that I kind of fear Obi-Wan because I don't want them to fuck up everything that I knew about Star Wars. They already have, but I just don't want them for the cash grab of the action figures, the promotion, that they got to do. I mean, I don't even know how you could do it where Darth Vader fights Obi-Wan twice now. It's supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be twice in this series he's going to fight him, right? And
I have my thoughts about that twice thing, but I'll get to that.
And I just don't understand how it could be left where he just leaves him the fuck alone, and then he just picks up back to back, going back to Tatooine again. Like, and then, see, here's the thing too. Again, I know you're a huge fan of Clone Wars, right? To me, like all that stuff never existed, like the Ahsoka and all that stuff, and I know it was established afterwards that that's it in Inquisitors, but I still, you could explain it a million times to me, and I don't understand it. Like, always there are a master and apprentice, but then they keep making every fucking time technicalities where, General Grievous was trained, but he's not supposed to be trained. But he just has lightsabers. And okay, oh, and Darth Vader had trained this apprentice and this, but you're only supposed to be 2. But then they keep making, and that is the Inquisitors that they're supposed to be with the Force, but they're not Sith. Like I don't understand any of this. I never watched Clone Wars.
It's very simple. It's very simple. All right.
Okay.
Let me. I'll put it to you like this, right? Let me go back to the Ahsoka thing first, right?
Okay.
That was an old canon thing. George Lucas signed off on that. So no matter what version of the canon you like, she's there. She's
right. Like, she's there. I get it.
But
so now
this is how Inquisitors work, right? Let's say you own a company, right? Mm-hmm. And you have your C-level executives.
Okay.
Okay. Do the C-level executives do all the work?
I don't know. What are they going to? No. Okay.
So what do? They hire other people, and they're like, okay, your job is to do this.
So they were trained as Sith.
No. So
they have Force abilities.
You can have Force abilities and not be a Sith.
Okay. So
the
Emperor who follows the rule of 2 has hired people with Force abilities. That the whole thing at canon was they can't be more than 2 because nobody wants to upset his uprising, right?
There's only 2 Sith.
Right.
There are only 2 Sith.
Darth Vader and the Emperor.
Darth Vader and the Emperor, right.
Correct.
The Inquisitors are trained in the dark side, but they are not Sith. But
who the fuck trained them, though?
Vader trained them. Vader trained the Grand Inquisitor in the dark side because the Grand Inquisitor was already a Jedi Temple guard.
I thought they can't train anybody.
They can't train anybody as a Sith.
Darth Vader's a Sith.
Think of this way. Let's say.
Wait a minute.
Look this way. You can train somebody to ride a certain vehicle, but yet you're not allowed to give them the license to do.
Wait a minute. Darth Vader's a Sith. Darth Vader's a Sith, and he's training people in the dark side.
Yep.
But that's Sith.
No, it's not.
What do you mean?
The Sith does not automatically mean dark side.
What?
Like
it's
Sith
a division.
And the dark side. The Sith is a product of the dark
side. Wait a minute.
Hey, time out, Chris.
Don't tell me they're a Jedi. Don't tell me they're a good Sith.
There was one. He's not in canon anymore, though.
What?
So it doesn't.
Wait,
really matter.
what?
Yeah.
Every Gallifreyan's a Time Lord, but not every Time Lord.
That's exactly what Scott just said. There is
wait
exactly
a minute.
right. Wait, hold on. Wait. Okay, let me.
Every Gallifreyan is a Time Lord, but not that. I'm trying to think how I want to say this.
Not every Gallifreyan's a Time Lord because they got to go to the academy and then they get regenerations. While the Gallifreyans that they can't regenerate because they're not getting that privilege because they're not part of the High Council. They're not part of it.
We can have chancellors. We can have presidents.
That's why they're living like fucking homeless people in rags in the fucking outskirts of fucking death.
So the Inquisitors are literally just tools that the Sith can send out and be like, yeah, go handle that.
But why won't they want to be fucking Sith then?
It doesn't matter if they want to. None of them are powerful enough to become Sith.
But they're powerful though.
Yeah, but look, dude.
Okay,
Vader. Well, hold on. Vader, if he wanted to, could round up all of the Inquisitors in a room and be like, "Come at me," and he would murder them relentlessly.
Okay. Here's the thing.
He only trains them to a certain point.
Don't you understand that this whole thing about the rule of 2 is bullshit? Because every single time they're trying to go around it.
They're not though. Like they have
with all the fucking Sith motherfuckers with the Emperor.
Those weren't Sith.
What are they?
Those were Sith acolytes.
Oh my God! There's names now.
They're basically like priests who worship the Sith.
Oh, of course.
And for example, right? You mentioned General Grievous before. General Grievous wasn't even Force sensitive. He was literally just a droid that had lightsabers.
He's just basically he's basically the MCU Taskmaster, learning all the abilities.
Basically,
he's a grunt.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So the Inquisitors don't break any rules that the Sith have.
You want to know why this is nonsense? Because if you go back to A New Hope, and you go back to Grand Moff Tarkin, right?
Mm-hmm.
We tell us Darth Vader about his old religion, right? He wouldn't have said that line if you got all these fucking Sith Inquisitors running around like these motherfuckers, like all over. Like there were no other Force ability people.
You want to know why? They were all dead by that point.
By that point,
all the Inquisitors got killed before A New Hope. Okay. The Grand Inquisitor.
They're all dead. Everybody's
The Grand
dead.
Inquisitor got killed by Kanan and Ezra in Rebels. Cal Kestis killed one or two. Well, actually, Darth Vader killed an Inquisitor at the end of that game. Cal Kestis killed one. There's only a handful of Inquisitors. There's only I think maybe 15 of them, if I'm not mistaken.
Everybody's dead. And all Jedi.
All of them are basically dead. And you have to keep in mind that very few people, if anybody in the Empire, knew that the Emperor was a Sith.
Ahsoka's dead in Rise of Skywalker?
Possibly. Question mark?
Let me ask you a question now. This chummy shit with Luke and Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Is she supposed to be like the Mara Jade? Like his wife and have kids?
No. There's
no romantic thing whatsoever.
Nah, Ahsoka don't roll that way.
No way. They're not together. They're not whatever. Yeah, and he just how the fuck did that happen? That meeting take place with him and her.
Very easily. What she knew about that stone on Tython. I'll let me. You want to?
When did Luke become aware of her existence?
You want to get your mind blown? I'm about to tell you something that happens in an upcoming novel that it blew my mind, and everybody online was like, "Holy fuck!"
Don't tell me time travel.
Huh?
Don't tell me time travel.
No. So remember in The Mandalorian when Grogu goes onto the Seeing Stone on Tython? So that little area is going to be in an upcoming novel about Luke and Lando searching for the Wayfinders to get to Exegol, right? Luke gets on the Seeing Stone, and he makes contact with the beings on Exegol, the Sith Acolytes, although these are crazy spiritual Sith Acolytes, right? And so they start fighting him, and he's about to get killed. And who shows up to save him?
Wow.
Anakin fucking Skywalker.
What?
As a Force ghost. Yeah.
As Darth Vader?
No, as Anakin. As a Force ghost. This is after Return of the Jedi. Okay? Drives them away. So I have no doubt in my mind that either Luke found her through the Seeing Stone or she found Luke through the Seeing Stone.
Or Anakin told her?
Or Anakin told her, yeah.
Wow.
So them meeting is not a weird what? Okay. How did that happen thing? It would almost be weird if.
But now didn't. Another thing is they're not erasing the timeline with Rey and.
No, not at all.
No way.
In fact, there's a lot of evidence to say that a post Episode 9 story is coming up sooner than we all think.
Then we said, didn't I fucking say they were going to do more episodes?
Oh, it may not be like that.
Oh.
It's coming though. But anyway, to get back to
the episode 10.
10. It's possible, but it doesn't sound like it. But I think we're going to find out more at Celebration this year. But
they're secretly filming it? You think?
I don't think they're secretly filming it. I think that they're planning to get ready to do something. And I would not.
What are you going to fucking do? There's nobody.
Surprised.
The Emperor's dead, right? Or he's not dead?
Well, he's dead. Hopefully.
Is he really?
I would not be surprised if this story has to do with Ben Solo coming back to life.
Kylo Ren's come back?
They're introducing a lot of things in canon about people coming back to life.
Oh, good, because I didn't like him dying at all.
Yeah.
Maybe he's in a hut in Tatooine anyway.
Yeah, right.
Might be.
But getting back to Kenobi, though, so far, a lot of the stuff that they've done, allegedly, it doesn't break anything that happens in A New Hope. In fact, apparently the second fight makes what Vader says in A New Hope actually make more sense. When he says, "When I
So
left you, I
he's
was
probably
but the learner."
he's probably gonna think that he kills Ben Kenobi, and then
Either
goes
that or
off.
he loses track of him. Yeah.
No, he probably thinks he's dead.
It sounds like, however, there's two fights.
Ben Kenobi's gonna get his ass kicked. Obi-Wan's gonna get his ass kicked.
In the first one, yes.
Oh, in the first one,
Apparently, he wins the second one.
he does.
Yeah, because there's. Well, I'll tell you this. This happened today. Somebody leaked out a scene of the fight,
Uh-oh.
and it shows Vader and Obi-Wan fighting, and apparently it's the first fight, and it looks pretty good.
Wow.
It looks pretty damn good. So yeah,
But
that's
they're not gonna have anybody getting involved in this, right?
like who?
I don't know. Like,
Not-
stop the fight.
I don't really think you can stop that. I think that's something that they have to stop themselves. You know, like one of them has to go over a cliff or something.
It's not gonna be like Ahsoka or anything, right?
No, I doubt it.
Does she like? I'm so confused by her. Like, is she alive or is she not alive? And
Well, that's the
breakdown.
thing. Nobody knows. You know.
Hmm.
She's also gotten in with the daughter, so she could potentially come back to life.
What?
In Clone Wars, there was a couple episodes where they go to this place called Mortis, which is like a wellspring of the Force, and there they meet these beings called the Father, the Son, and the Daughter. The Father represents the balance of the Force, the Son represents the dark side of the Force, and the Daughter represents the light side of the Force. Right.
Right.
The Son possesses Anakin and Ahsoka, and eventually the Father sacrifices himself to give them a weapon that can kill the Son. The Daughter sacrifices herself to bring Ahsoka back to life, and then the Son gets away. So
And
Ahsoka
the
has
daughter's
like a
dead
connection.
and the father's dead.
Yeah. So Ahsoka has this connection with a being of the light side of the Force. So allegedly she may be able to come back to life if she needs to.
So in other words, at any point in time, Yoda could just come back to life and Qui-Gon and everybody.
Well, with what the stuff that they're introducing now, hypothetically, yes,
So you're turning him into Highlander.
more or less, yeah.
Oh, fuck. So then, okay, I have a gripe. Okay, I have a gripe with the X-Men that they're all dying millions of times and they never die. They never can
Mhm.
stay dead, right? And that makes it boring to me, right? So I can't accept anything to do with X-Men because they never it will never be appealing if they die constantly. In fact, all these decades they didn't die, right? Maybe Wolverine died once in a while, but now they died so frequently that it's a goddamn fucking joke that I can't accept this, right?
Yeah.
Because now they're just doing it like, oh, you're dead, and Professor X, and do something surgery, and your clone body, and then you're in this, and then even Scarlet Witch said it's like, oh, we're gonna take away these memories, and oh, let's just delete this. So I don't like this shit where you can keep coming back to life in them because it's boring. It makes it boring, right?
It makes the prospect of death like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's a joke. So in other words, there's no finality to anything. And in other words, you die, oh, I'll be back next month.
And that is
Yeah.
why manga is the top runner above Marvel and DC
For what?
Yeah.
in comic book sales. Because
Oh,
you
yeah.
said you're getting tired of that. That's what's causing people to get tired of the
There's so
comic
much
book.
shit going on in the comics. I'm the only thing I collect now is Spider-Man, but like I'm even starting to get like I don't know, this is just getting nonsense. I think there used to be rules with certain things that they couldn't do or they could do, and now there's just no rules, and it's just like, oh, okay. Let's just change it because it makes sense.
I mean that's what Lucasfilm is doing right now, is that they're trying to find something that works other than the Mandalorian, and they're kind of throwing everything at the wall.
Right.
I mean, think about if the Mandalorian didn't exist, like where Star Wars would be. I mean, it would be.
Well, look at Rogue One though. Rogue One was fucking phenomenal.
That was good. That was.
I liked Rogue One, yeah.
But I I didn't agree that they killed him at the end. I'm like, oh, this sucks. Because if they would have lived, that would have been amazing.
Originally,
But-
Gareth Edwards had them living.
But they're definitely dead.
Yeah, well, I mean, but somehow
Well,
we're still
they-
getting an Andor series, because it's a
But
prequel.
that's a prequel.
Yeah.
But maybe they should make it they didn't die.
He had them live. There was a couple of versions.
Listen,
where
you gotta
they
think of
died
this way.
and
How the fuck did they get Kylo Ren out of fucking that movie when everything was falling apart? Like, how the fuck did you get him out of there? When
What
the
do you
fucking... I mean, like, everything's falling apart. The fucking ground and everything. Where they just fucking grab him with an anchor and just, like,
Let's put it
catch him
this
like
way.
fucking Lando
The
grabbing
Enterprise
Luke?
came over, beamed him
There's
out.
no beaming.
and-
There's no beaming.
in seven? In seven, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, Hux got him because Snoke.
Yeah,
killed him.
how? Yeah, what did they just fly over him and grab him like Lando grabbing Luke?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something like that.
Primitive.
Yeah.
Primitive.
I just pissed off a lot of Star Wars.
Episode.
And
se-
what about
episode-
DC though? Now DC, like the Flash is supposed to rewrite everything, but how are you rewriting everything if Wonder Woman's working and Aquaman's working and
Well,
the Flash is working?
Wonder Woman is kind of working.
Yeah, that second. Oh,
I
that second
mean-
one sucked.
That second movie was.
It's like, what the hell did you do?
Let's just all together wish that this is stop this bad man, Rob.
Yeah. You remember?
I don't like
remember-
when
remember
Supergirl
they
did it.
that?
I don't like when Supergirl did it. Supergirl
You
did it.
remember when they did that on Doctor Who? I had a whole year to integrate myself into the psychic network. Everybody at one time says Doctor with the Archangel network. At least
Oh,
that kind
God.
of made sense.
I like that when he's like fucking
I do
being like
too.
that was
Yeah, that was cool. When Wonder Woman did it, though, it was really bad.
Supergirl did it too, and I'm like, oh, give me a break.
Yeah,
Well, they did it somewhat in. They did a whole reboot of the system in the old.
But you know what did
series,
that too? That
Westworld,
movie
too.
Sphere did that
mm-hmm.
with Dustin Hoffman and Sharon Stone, and let's
Yeah.
just make ourselves forget. And if we wish we forget, we will forget. It's like, what? What are you talking about? It's like, oh, that was the worst thing.
Yeah, like I said, in the '90s Witchblade series, when the second season came around, they rewrote it to where the first season practically didn't happen. So
I'm reading the comments here. I said Daniel brought up the Book of Boba Fett. The Book of Boba Fett was a weird show.
I didn't watch that at all.
It was
It
a
was-
very weird
I
show.
I have
agree.
a different perspective of it because I loved Boba Fett, but he hardly talked, and that's what made it so great. And now he's seen his face and he's talking, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if we get into that.
Yeah, it was the best episodes of the Book of Boba Fett were the ones that focused on the Mandalorian.
Yeah, that makes no sense either. Why are you having episodes without the fucking extra main character?
Dude, the best episode of the Mandalorian was episode 5 of the Book of Boba Fett. Seriously, it was probably one of the best things Star Wars has done in the past 5 years.
Oh, I sent you something because I was very curious what your opinion is of Michael
Yeah.
Bay.
That he made too many Transformers.
Well, you would say that's
He
true.
did. He did. He should have stopped at 4.
So that made him fucked up.
The last night is the whole reason why they had to reboot the series.
Right, but if he fucked it up, why can't he fix it?
Do you want him to fix it?
Yes. Don't you think?
So look, this is the thing, right? It actually wasn't really his fault that
But
the last
okay,
night
here's
was
the thing.
messed up.
You know how we always talk about Chibnall?
Yeah.
And he fucks shit up? And I'm like, just fix the fucking thing because the person that created the mess should clean the mess up, I feel, right?
Mhm.
Because when you have somebody else when you had the Spider-Man clone storyline that went on, right? They were supposed to end it right away. And then the writers left, and then they kept it on for 2.5 years where Peter Parker's not in the Spider-Man book, and Ben Reilly is, right? They're like,
Mhm.
Ben Reilly's real and Peter Parker's the clone, right? They fucked it up so bad that they lost fucking 75% of the Spider-Man audience. And they know they did, right? They fucked up, okay? And they even fucked up when they did the fucking Mephisto thing, too. So if you know like, the people that created fix it. So, yes, let him fix it. Let them fix it. Like, I want Michael Bay to fix what he did. Like,
But
not that he
didn't
did
mess it up
No,
though.
no, but I want him to fix it. I don't want
Yeah,
other people.
I
to
can
fix it.
understand that. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
like, Chibnall with the Timeless Child, he needs to fucking wipe that and fix it. Not Russell T Davis, not Moffat, or not anybody, but Chibnall. And you know what the biggest joke is? I know we're going off topic. It is fucking April 2nd, right? Do you know that Doctor Who's going to be on TV soon? And they didn't have not one fucking actual trailer. That all they had was that fucking teaser from the last time Doctor Who was about the Sea Devils coming back. There is no. They gave us a fucking flag one day. They gave us a fucking picture that the Doctor's not wearing her outfit.
Mhm.
Yaz is wearing some type of Shogun fucking thing.
Yeah, she's
There
got
is
sword.
there is like basically no promotion for this Easter special at all. You're getting we got 3 pictures, right? They're doing artwork, they're doing color schematics.
And if you think about it, and if you also think about it, this is the part 1 of her closing era too.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. It's the Sea Devils,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's the final one, right? The Regeneration, right? Which is the centennial, not the anniversary of Doctor Who, but the anniversary of the BBC, right? There's no other special with Jodie. It's just that one and that one. But how could you? Like, I just don't get it, because when Capaldi, they promoted it for like 9 months, right? How could you have a Doctor Who episode that's like a special
Because
and you not
Chibnall
have the fucking
doesn't know how to
trailer already?
promote.
This is ridiculous.
Chibnall is a selfish child who wants to keep everything close to the
But
heart.
nobody's going to know it's
These are my
on.
toys, and nobody's allowed to play with them.
Nobody's going to know it's on, except for us diehard Whovies that are following it. But no one, the audience that doesn't follow it, that watches Doctor Who occasionally, they won't know it's on. The ratings are going to be in the toilet because they are not promoting it at all. And what is the excuse? There's no COVID right now in UK, right? There's none of that, right? No pandemic, nothing. So why are they promoting Doctor Who at all? Why are they giving these crumbs? I don't understand how this happened. It's just
somebody over there just doesn't like promoting it. Like something.
It's not just Chibnall. It's BBC. It's BBC.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. And to be honest with you, it's that's a bad look.
How are you supposed to get excited about a Sea Devil flag?
They're working their way up to RTD.
But my point is that it's like going into a restaurant and get new odors and the food is terrible, and you're eating shit all the time, right? You get used to eating shit, and you get used to eating how acceptable that it's shit, because you just want to go back to that restaurant, even though everything is different, right? How could this be that, again, not even 2 weeks, right? I think it was the 17th, maybe?
17th, yeah.
We have how could you get excited over a Sea Devil flag? A flag with the Sea Devil's face on it. A picture with the Doctor in a different outfit. You're not giving us anything. And how could we get excited about something we're not, like, there's no trailer, there's no promotion, there's no nothing. It's like if next week we found out that Star Wars Episode 10 came out without any promotion.
Right. Yeah.
You can't do that, though. You go bankrupt. Like, how could you just? And I understand that they signed the rights over to Russell T Davis, but he doesn't have it. Like, they could do their shit now. Jodie's still the Doctor. Like, they should be promoting the shit out of that.
I don't think Russell T Davis, like, if they were like, hey, do you mind if we promote this? I don't think he'd be like, no.
No.
You know, like,
no.
Yeah, he'd go for it in an instant.
Let's go.
Because he would pretty much have everything set up on how, okay, this is going to be promoted this week. This is going to be promoted this week. We even got the hour and the minutes set up.
They had a trailer already for Stephen Moffat's fucking time traveler's wife.
Yeah.
They had more than a trailer for it already. They're promoting the shit out of it. What the fuck is going on? But I know Time Traveler's Wife is on the HBO Max.
But right? But it has the same significance.
But Jesus Christ. It just, I think, I just don't know what to say. Being a longtime Doctor Who fan, people try, and this is the thing, I had people reach out to me on Twitter trying to explain to me You can't explain it to me because there's no rules. Because they broke. You can't tell me that BBC does this definitely because they didn't do it with Capaldi. They promoted like that fucking season fucking months before it even came out.
The amount of promotion that this Easter special has gotten, or lack thereof, I should say, this feels more like if Doctor Who was on every week, then I could see like, okay, we're not going to show too much. But like, when was the last episode of Doctor Who? It was like what, 3 months ago?
The Flux, which they left it where the whole universe is destroyed but Earth.
Yeah,
and another planet.
Apparently, not a lot of people liked that. I keep seeing like, "Fuck this Flux." It was terrible.
Let me explain something to you. You have the Doctor that travels around the universe, right, in time and space. Now every single planet is destroyed, but one planet in Earth. So now she can't go anywhere but Earth, or she could travel in the past to every single planet, but not in the future because there is no more planets. So how does that make any sense now? Every single being is dead.
Remember, RTD. They said RTD was going to take a page from Marvel. So unless they're going to go the multiverse angle here,
well, no. Stephen Moffat says that Marvel's taking a page from Doctor Who, didn't he?
I got to tell you, man. If I have to like watch one more multiverse story, I think I might just like find a way to destroy the multiverse.
I agree, but that's the
there's multiverse movies now. You saw that?
Yeah.
There's a multiverse movie now.
Yeah.
I think that looks pretty cool though, actually. But
I don't know. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if I'm starting to think that like somebody knows something and they're trying to get us ready to like, oh yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Did you notice how all the scientists are coming out and saying that multiverse is definite?
Yes.
Like pretty much. Like they're basically. It's so amazing how the whole population of the Earth is accepting the multiverse like as definite. It's amazing.
I know it's like the new space opera kind of thing, but I'm just like, dude, somebody.
Oh, but they make it like if you die, you never die, and your spirit just goes into another universe and you're yourself again.
I mean, maybe that's how it works. I don't know. I don't want another movie that says that.
I just want Spider-Man movies to be about Spider-Man and his villains, and not Avengers, not like let's stay with this now, and let's just no guest stars, no nothing.
Yeah.
Leave Spider-Man alone now.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Yeah.
It's like let Spider-Man stand on his own.
That's it. No,
that's all.
But at the same time, I gotta tell you, I do have problems with that spell. I have problems that you just shit on everything and everybody that he's ever been in contact. I don't like that. I never liked it when they did it in the comics. Well, I didn't like it. First of all, I never accepted that he would reveal his identity to the world anyway, because I don't think that anybody would do that. Like, I don't, especially with Aunt May getting killed or anybody, like, you wouldn't want your villains to know who your aunt is or your girlfriend, pretty much. And they tease that opportunity in the comics, like where he's a teacher in the school and they're like, oh, because we know he's Peter Parker, let's just fucking kill his students. Or, oh, let's bomb. And then the Kingpin hire a fucking sniper and they fucking shot Aunt May? Like,
yeah.
Which started the whole. I mean, you would not do that. I mean, how if he knew for fucking 60-some years not to fucking tell his identity, why all of a sudden would he just tell the identity? Because it's bad writers, that's why. And I always felt that way. It's like you just fuck. They were like, "Would it be cool if we did this?"
Boy, let me throw this out there, right? We've got Morbius, Venom, and Venom 2 are like mediocre at best.
I still didn't see Venom 2, by the way.
Can you imagine how bad this Kraven the Hunter movie is?
Oh my god, right?
Dude.
God.
I can't even imagine what that's gonna be like.
You know what I want? I want Sam Raimi to take the fucking piss, right? And I want him to say that Bruce Campbell's fucking Spider-Man in a fucking universe, and just fuck it. And I want to see like a Spider-Man universe where Bruce Campbell's an older Spider-Man, fucking cracking jokes, and it being like fucking Army of Darkness, but like just fucking Spider-Man, and it'd be like, oh shit, this is great. Just take a fucking dump and just be like, this is fucking Spider-Man. Like, fuck it. No, fuck it, bro. Why not? Because you have a fucking pig like Spider-Man, right? The shit that's going on, like in the comics, I can't, like I can't. It doesn't make any sense.
Look, this is the scary thing, right? I barely trusted Sony with this stuff before. After Morbius, I don't trust them with anything. Like this Spider-Verse.
But do you
movie,
understand? Listen, Morbius was always a fucking shit ass.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. I always
he was
wondered
never worthy of any fucking movie whatsoever.
Why did he get a solo movie? Like that's what I'm
he
trying
never
to figure
even
out.
in the comics they never made him a big fucking deal. They made it like a fake. Oh, it is Morbius living vampire, but nobody. If you ask like any Spider-Man, half of them didn't know who the fuck Morbius was.
And dude, you know what I just I was thinking about this too. I was listening to another video.
Come on.
This is another just horrible decision for Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Another movie. Another thing.
Another missed opportunity that he just fucking forgotten. Just like that Game of Thrones thing that's coming out that he's.
Oh, House of the Dragon.
This guy has the worst fucking look. No, but let me tell you something. The moment they fucked up Game of Thrones, do you think anybody wants to see Game of Thrones again? Or anything to do with it? No.
I think maybe the first episode will be high rated, and then it's going to drop off.
They all suck because those guys fucked it up. That they thought they were going to make some nice Star Wars movies because they ended it purposely quick so they could go do other shit. And they got fired anyway, right? So no, fuck that. They killed it. See, this is what you're invested in a show for how many years, and the writers purposely fucking killed it. Like, I'm sorry, but I loved fucking Daenerys, right? Mother of Dragons. I fucking thought she was fucking amazing, and then they turned her villain, killing kids and everything, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm done. Like I was so upset, and yeah, you want Jon Snow to kill her, but like I'm so upset they ruined the whole fucking thing for me. The whole thing they ruined for me. They killed it. They just fucking killed it. Where the people that are bad guys are not really bad guys. It's like, and then she's the bad guy, and then Cersei, who's supposed to be fucking super, oh, she's cool. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
I just didn't understand why they couldn't why couldn't that show end on like a lighter note? Like, why couldn't Daenerys just be like, oh, we're cool.
And I didn't understand why Jon Snow wasn't the one to kill the fucking the fucking villain. It was his sister.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
They should have had his sister kill Cersei, and then he killed the Night King. There you go. You're good.
He didn't kill the Night King. It was her. But then,
I know.
When did it become about her? The whole fucking show.
You want to know why?
W-O-K-E.
I know.
They thought they were going to do a spin-off with her, and then they decided not to.
What the fuck is she doing now anyway, though?
She's on that boat.
No, I mean the actress.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
Nothing.
know.
Nothing.
I think they thought she was going to be a big thing.
She was in that movie that I still didn't see with Sylvester McCoy. That Sylvester McCoy is the main villain. He's called the Doctor, and he's evil. And I was like, which is hysterical. And it's like, I wanted to see that movie, The In-Betweeners or something. I still didn't see it. Jacob interviewed fucking Sylvester McCoy about it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Then she had that terrible part on Doctor Who.
She had that part, iBoy. They tried to make the kid becomes an iPhone or something. I don't know. Yeah, that was a wasted thing too with her. She was the worst character in history created. Worst.
So does that mean her and Clara are dead?
No. That means they're lesbians.
No, but you said that the Flux destroyed everything. Does that mean they're dead?
No, because whatever adventures they had, she had to go back to Gallifrey and they had to put her back to face the Raven.
Yeah.
Right? But technically she should wake up with Danny Pink because that's why Missy saw the iPad through Clara's eyes. So whenever you die, they would go right into the Netherverse, right? The Nethersphere, right? So she should be in with Danny Pink in that place because he's still existing in this place that, where is it? Right? So she should be there because her soul will run right there. Which maybe she's still alive with Danny Pink back on Earth and nobody knows.
Good Lord.
Oh, did you see what friggin' Karen Gillan said that she wants to come back to Doctor Who with Alta Dalva and fucking Matt Smith?
At this point, I think that might be the only thing that saves the show.
Let's go. Bring it. I'm down. When I went to filming, I told you they filmed some shit that I've never even seen in the thing. They had Amy and the Doctor filming with this band. that they went to this thing or something, and they're singing or they're playing with instruments, and I'm like, I've never even seen this in Angels Take Manhattan ever. And I'm wondering if Moffat filmed a whole bunch of shit to use later on, like
probably
just for some shit.
Or the episode was gonna be longer, and then they had to cut stuff out.
They could always use like they did with Five Doctors that time, with Shadow was never existing, and they're taking clips from that. Remember, Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing how we all got together because this fucking Will Smith thing.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I tried to watch something with her today. It was called The Bubble. And
yeah, I didn't
Karen
see
Gillan
that.
Huh?
I was gonna see that. Was that Tom Hanks in that?
No, this had Karen Gillan in it, and
with who? She was in with somebody big though, right?
Yeah, and I got maybe 5. I got like 10 minutes into it, and I had to shut it off.
What about her movie that was supposed to be so big, the fucking milkshake?
That was good.
That was good.
Yeah,
it was out. When did it come out?
Let me look.
Direct to fucking streaming? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was direct.
Oh, I lost track of all these fucking movies.
Okay.
Chris, it's a different world now. Isn't it amazing how now the movies are in the palm of our hands?
Yeah, that
and I have no desire, like, because it's so easy for us to see it. I just don't want to see it. Like, I could have seen Hawkeye 20 times over, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I was the same way. Yeah.
Billy was yelling at me. I'm not crazy about group chats, but Billy created a group chat about the Will Smith thing. But he's like, stop doing the gaming and do the podcast. Which, listen, he's right. But now I'm in a position, Chris, that I'm getting close to this guy. I don't know if you've been watching. Like, I'm close to actually achieving this. I can't stop because you know me, I'm stubborn.
You have it there. You can
it's
taste
there.
it. You're almost there.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Right? Hey, look, an arc reactor.
Yeah, I know. Let me tell you something. It was a dream come true seeing that in the theater. Going to the theater after all this time with the pandemic, and going to see Spider-Man No Way Home with Sharon, and seeing fucking Alfred Molina again. And I always said it was going to happen. Remember, Chris?
Yeah.
I said, he's back. I said, Green Goblin's back. I was so confident. Remember, I told you, it was like, no doubt in my mind. Remember, Chris? You could not convince me in the past that they were not returning. And I said, Toby's coming back, right? Then Andrew Garfield's coming. I know it. And just like Godzilla versus Kong, I'm like, they're going to make a second one. Well, tell me about that now.
Mark your calendars, because that sounds like a 2024.
But it's not that, though, right? It's not Godzilla Kong 3, though.
No.
So if it's Son of Kong, who fucking cares, though?
Oh, I think that could be really good.
Not as good as it would be Godzilla versus fucking.
Well, no, Kong not 3. Like that. But I think that this is going to be a pretty good story.
So they couldn't do another story where they fight again, but different circumstances.
No, there's no reason to do that. There's absolutely.
That's a one shot. I'm sorry, that's a one.
But they're all going to do the aliens, right?
I mean, maybe that it's possible.
You didn't think they were ever going to do that, right? Remember you saying they're never going to do that?
I was hoping they would never do that. I still don't want them to, but
really, no, because we would.
I just don't.
I think they're trying to keep it like the Nolan Batman, like the Nolan Batman series. They want to have at least based in somewhat.
I want to see Guy again. I'm dying to see him.
After GVK, I mean, I think that idea is out the window.
I want to see Guy again. I want to see Megalon. I guess,
I think Megalon could happen. That would fit.
I like that movie
within the universe, but I think that with this Kong story, the main thing about it is not necessarily going to be that there's another Kong. It's going to be that they're exploring the Hollow Earth. So we're going to get a lot of really cool stuff with that. Hopefully. I think they only do 2 movies. I think they're going to do 2 more. Son of Kong, and then I think they're going to do.
I think what they should do is, you might think I'm wrong. I think they should get Tom Hiddleston and then Brie Larson. I think they should make a sequel to Skull Island, but in the past, right? And maybe lead up to Son of Kong that way. No,
it's possible. I think they're going to stick with, Kong. And,
I want to see Sonic now because. Oh, Jim Carrey's retirement. So that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was when I saw that. I was thinking, okay, here comes another April Fool's, but nope.
But that doesn't mean anything though anyway though, because he's taking a break, so it's not retirement forever.
Well, no, Willis is taking a break.
Well, he's sick.
Yeah, he's sick.
Oh,
yeah.
I wanted to ask you because I want to ask you though. I'm curious. What did Kevin Smith say about that? Was it nice or was it nasty? About Bruce Willis.
I don't know.
Hates Bruce Willis. He said something. I don't know what he said though.
He doesn't like Bruce Willis, huh?
Well, you know the whole story. You know the whole thing. It was all long.
It was probably something from Live Free or Die Hard, I would imagine.
No, it was something to do with he was supposed to direct a movie with Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis was telling him what to do. It was like he hated him.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if we did this before, but my son built me this whole command center here.
Really?
I have a beautiful desk that's wrapped around, and it's supposed to be my gaming command center plus podcast command center, like where I have everything at my disposal. I have all like everywhere.
Nice.
And we didn't even utilize it. I don't know what's. Well, people are asking what the hell's happening, because that's another thing too. It's like we have fans of us doing the podcast, and I have fans of me doing the gaming, and it's all we're all over the place because we do all different things. The podcast never went away. It's just so much since I had gotten promoted and everything, and I was working a lot more hours. And then and the big thing was getting hurt. That was a thing, because hurting my ribs was, I'm still healing, still not 100%, but I could not. Now that I'm healing, I could sit longer, but I couldn't sit here for more than 5 minutes. I couldn't sleep. So I would get myself so exhausted, my body would knock itself out to sleep. Taking so many Advils and messed up my stomach and messed up my liver. I don't know, hopefully it didn't mess up my liver, but and then I got to say though, if the pandemic never happened, right, I don't think I would be in line to being the number one gamer in America, because when all that happened, I would go to work and come home and then not go anywhere. So what are you going to do, right? So you either podcast or game. So I've been buying tons of games and plotting tons of games, and I've gotten so ridiculously good at it that I've gotten ridiculous amounts of platinums that I've been jumping. Like what I was saying, I was going that time. I was telling you guys about it. I was like, I think I want to go for the number one gamer in America. Remember I was telling you?
Yeah.
And I remember I told you my son Joe said I'm never beating Akuma ever, the number one game, right? And I got so upset by that, because I was like, my own kids, that as a dad, you don't want your kids to not, So but I think Joe lied. I think Joe just wanted.
Like I said, remember, I said that. I said he probably said that just to spur you on.
Because that's what happens when I do get pissed off or get annoyed. Things happen, like craziness. And everybody knows from the years we do. Well, I know. But that's the whole thing. The way I looked at it was, it took me from 2018 to 2020 to get 105 platinums, right? And then out of the blue, January 1st, 2021, I said to myself, I'm going to really put everything behind this, and I'm going to be the number one gamer in America. And I was like, oh, Scott, what do you think about this? Chris, what do you think about this? But as the months went on, I got crazier, playing tons. And we finished, I say we finished because we're a team, meaning I'm sharing it with you guys. I finished off at 547, I believe, platinums that I actually achieved. I wanted to get 500 platinums in a year, right? I did that, or whatever it was. I think it was something like that. I want to get 500. And then now I got so much ridiculous amounts of platinums that I'm going on my way to 1,000 platinum. Like, that's the challenge now, right? Getting 1,000 platinums. I'm also almost capping. I'm almost going to be capped now, because remember, it used to be level 999.
Yeah.
And that was it. But now they recently expanded that. You can go beyond that. But your PlayStation will say 999, but the PSN profiles will go higher. And people are looking at me now differently, because they're like, oh my God, he's almost at 999, which has been done by not that many people, like Akum and whoever.
Hey, it's the baby steps.
Yeah.
So, yes, I'm doing my gaming thing, but I never abandoned my team. Everybody's doing their thing, but we're all here. It's just now that I'm healing, be able to do. I want to be able to do podcasts. Hopefully, God willing, nothing happens. We can just do this regularly like we used to. But again,
you gotta get better first, Yeah.
And not only get better, but like my work time is not good.
Yeah.
Because you remember, I would be home at 10. We would do it at 10:10 or something, right? Or 9:30. Me coming home after midnight and then eating and then 1:00. Who's around? Like I'm not, and I don't have the energy after that, So I'm older too. It's like, well, somehow we'll find common ground to just do these podcasts as much as we can, with and also to hopefully, like Chris said, I get better, my injury, because it could get worse. It's just, I gotta be very, very careful. It's the type of injury that every time you breathe, it hurts.
Yeah.
Every time you lay down, it hurts. Every time you go to the bathroom, it hurts because you're using your ribs. And it's like I never realized that because how stupid was I, And I fucked myself up. And the way it happened, it was just so fucking stupid. But then again, people do stupid things like Will Smith slapping fucking Chris Rock and fucking Oscars, right?
Yeah. Instead, you just got slapped at work.
You know what it was? No one told me the fucking door was broken. And we have these doors where we have to open to do the truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm used to smashing the doors open on both sides. So me putting 100% of my strength and knock the door open.
Oh.
And then the door lock stabbing me in my ribs because the door didn't open. Instantly got hurt so bad that I somehow walked slowly to the back and I went down on the ground. I'm on the floor, right? Almost in agony that I'm in a situation where I wanted to go to hospital right there and then. But then there's a realization that the truck is here and they don't know how to use the equipment. And I'm the only one that knows how to use the jacks. And I like an idiot, right? This is the funny thing because I'm thinking I'm like fucking, it was no big deal. I still tried to open the door. So what I tried to do this time, I tried to fucking kick it. But I already injured my rib, not thinking that I could ever get hurt, right? Because I'm fucking. You never want to believe your own mortality. Like, oh my god,
the door.
Right? No, because I never was seriously hurt before, so I never. Fucking stupidity in my head that I didn't realize, and I lost 80% of my strength. Like I'm literally trying to do what I usually do. And I can't do it. And it's like the dog going after its tail. I can't accept that. That I can't do something that I normally do. That I'm like, no, I gotta do it. That they had to help me. They had to push these. Now picture a fucking 1,000 pounds of pallet with a water pallet. It's like,
yeah.
Because I work in the medical industry / retail. But picture me trying to push the heaviest pallet ever with 20% strength, right? So my boss said, go to hospital. My boss is like, go to hospital now. And I'm like, but I can't. Like, there's a girl here. They don't. But why doesn't anybody treat anybody, right? Like what? So I was like, so I actually was able to do it. But luckily, the nurse came in. She forgot something. So she immediately examined me to tell me that I didn't puncture a lung. I didn't, whatever. I didn't have to go to the hospital, but I had to get x-rays, but it wasn't life-threatening, but I really fucked up my muscle, with the ribs.
You basically sprained.
Yeah.
I fucked up really bad, though, because let me tell you something. I've never had that pain in my life. I guess I had it lucky for 48 years that I never had pain like this.
Well, when I did my hand, the X-ray tech couldn't have her face close enough to the freaking monitor, and she said there was no broken bones in it, though. And that's
Let me
what's
tell you
so
something.
strange.
Every single time I breathed, it hurt like crazy.
Mhm.
Where
Oh yeah.
I never am one to take anything. Like I'm always like against. I was taking Advils, right? But now I fucked up my stomach because, and when I didn't take Advil, I would be in agony. So either you're in agony or you're not in agony, and then you having problems. You can't even go to bed. It's like your fucking stomach's fucked up and you whatever. So this is where I'm at. So I was like, and mind you, I was out, but I didn't stay out. I was on like light duty, whatever. But I just was so upset that how fucking stupid am I that I just not thinking, something could go wrong. And it would have been nice if they told me the door was broken, and it's nice that they fixed it the next day. But still, I work more hours. Like I get home after midnight, and it's not like what I'm trying to explain to the audience is they don't understand that it was different position I had. It was different hours, and we would go live, like 10:10, 10:30,
Oh yeah.
10:40. We would be here till 1, 2 in the morning, and then we'd be out, right? Or whatever. But now, picture me getting home, walking in the door after midnight. Then I'm starving because I didn't eat for hours. So I'm eating, I'm showering, whatever. And then it gets to be 1:30, 2 o'clock. And what is that fair to grip? No, everybody's sleeping. Like I'm not. I felt funny when I started to do it because I was like, well, Scott's up, but he's got to get up for work. Like that's not fucking fair. I felt guilty. I'm like, that's not fucking right. I can't do this. I respect my people. I can't be a dick. So then I'm like, oh, I can't do it. And I'd be tired too, though. I just had no fucking energy. Now
That's basically how I feel about the guys who do their music shows. I would love to get on and start redoing my radio show, but I start feeling like, but I want to go over there and I want to support them. So that I know exactly how you feel.
But also with the audience, we would get shit disturbers and trolls that they wouldn't understand. So right away they're like, well, Matrix Lord's an egotistical asshole. This motherfucker, do you know what Matrix Lord did? He's like, fuck you, Scott. Fuck you, Chris. I don't need any of you motherfuckers, right? And
that's what happened. Yeah, sure.
No, but this whole story, right? They're trying to spread throughout the internet that some people don't know, and they're like, oh, what a dick, right? None of it's true. It doesn't even exist, right? How about it's called the pandemic, assholes? How about it's called this? Like, never once is that true in any way, shape, or form. I'm not. Mm-hmm. So my position is, well, if it's too late to do podcasts, and I'm up anyway. I'm up. I don't work in the morning. I work at night. So, all right, if everybody's sleeping, what am I going to do? I'm going to do gaming.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't hurt anybody. And I also said, look, I was also off more days off, if you remember, too. So we were able to do, like, on the weekends, an early podcast here and there. And everybody would be available, like Danette or Susie or whatever. Like, so people make it. Right, so people are like, oh, you lost all your people. You only have Chris and Scott. And they're like, oh, they have this whole. And meanwhile, then all of a sudden, everybody started popping in that one time, like Con or whatever. So, no, I didn't lose anybody. It's just timing. People don't understand. Like, we still have our group. It's just we're all. I'm trying to work around an injury. I'm trying to work around different hours.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I would love to do a podcast, but guess what? I like making money. I like working. Because I'm not able to. How would I be able to afford getting all these games if I wasn't making money, right? These people think let me tell you something. I have to buy every game there is, and I don't know if you're aware, Chris, but I started other regions, right? So not only did I have North American region, but I had Asia, Japan, and European. So you have to buy those games again. Every single game you ever bought, you're buying it again, or 4 times, right? So yes, I spent $1,000 on games. Yes, but every bill was paid. But yes. But they don't understand, too, though. I would ordinarily be doing a book, right, Scott? Like, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to spend thousands. Because I put my money away. I'm like, I'm going to do a book. I'm not doing a book now. Because guess what? The last book I released was a day before we went on lockdown.
God.
And I lost thousands of dollars because nobody could get the book because everything closed down. So I didn't know what a lockdown was. I never know what a pandemic was. And then all of a sudden, like, my eyes were like this, like it's released on March 10th, and then all of a sudden it's like, what do you mean you can't go into a store? What do you mean you were wearing masks? What?
Yeah.
I was like, and my publishers, I'm like,
That sucks.
what the fuck is happening, right? But then nobody realized that, oh, you could just rebrand. No, you can't. If the book is out for like 2 years, they're not going to say, oh, poor because of COVID. Let's put the book's been out for 2 years, but through fucking COVID, meaning nobody can get it. Like nobody really can. So now I got to promote this book that has been out. That poor book that's suffering. So they're like, oh, you done? I'm like, not done, but I'm not going to release a book unless I absolutely know there's no more COVID. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
really.
because I just came home today, and Sharon's telling me now in New York, they're fucking freaking out about Megatron, Galvatron, Omnicron 5, right? I joke around that, right?
Yeah.
No, that now they got to put the masks back in schools. They're forcing them. They're like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Because now this is New York, right? So I'm like, are we going back in lockdown again? So I'm like, oh fuck this, no, I'm not doing no book. Are you crazy? You think I want to put a book out and nobody can see it? They're like, oh, we can get. How can you get online sales if you don't know if the book's out?
Yeah, really.
You spend advertising where nobody can get it. I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a book that you can't.
I don't think they would risk that again with October or November.
I agree, but I'm definitely not. I'm not gonna lose money like I did before, and it's not the book's fault either. I put a lot into that book.
I know. I could see your face when you were telling me about it afterwards. You wanted to dive through. I started laughing. I mean, I'm sorry. I started laughing.
Listen, I can laugh about it now, but I was literally fucking in tears. I cried like that.
You were showing me the pictures that this dude did for the cover, and it's like oh god, it's like shit.
We made a whole thing out of it, and I'm like, how the progression of the book and how it finally came together was crisp. It was perfect, and then all of a sudden. Day later, right, Scott?
Oh yeah.
And I'm talking to him like I was cursing, right?
And I couldn't help it. I'm just sitting here just dying laughing.
Like you schmuck. And I spent an extra. I had to pay them to work on the weekends.
Yes.
Extra to get this fucking thing out, right? And then they go into lockdown. And I just got, and that was the funny thing, right? I just got approved that Twists of Hate was going to be in the biggest Barnes & Noble in New York City, the flagship major fucking stores, right? That it was going to be in Fifth Avenue, it was going to be here, right? And then,
boom.
And not only that, but I can't even go there but then look at all the shit that broke out, fucking people destroying monuments and all this fucking crazy shit happening and like different things going on. It's like the world went fucking nuts. Then I'm told you can't go in New York anymore, Manhattan. Oh my god, you get killed. Oh my god, they destroyed Macy's. Oh my god, right? Like I used to frequently go into the city in Manhattan, and now I couldn't go into the city anymore. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And to add insult to injury, even with everything there was, booster, and I still got it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I had it. And let me tell you something. I was completely, the moment I found out I had it, I made a phone call. I told Sharon, don't come home. Stay with your mom. Whatever. She got tested. She was fine. She had nothing, right? On my birthday, I was completely alone. But there was supposed to be a birthday party. My kids were coming in. No. Valentine's Day. No. But on every day was a different ailment. This virus was like a smart virus. And I remember people telling me not to take anything because the thing would figure a way around it and get worse. I almost went into the hospital on day 3. I was very close to going to the hospital. I couldn't breathe. I had a fever. I had everything. I think it was on day 2. I lost all my equilibrium. I couldn't walk.
Damn.
Right? When I did walk to try to go to the bathroom, I was holding on to the walls to get to the toilet. right? I could not even. Everything was spinning. I must have slept like 8. And that was another thing too. My sugar thing. That was like I have to have sugar.
I think that was, tell you the truth, I think that's half the reason of it. It probably affected.
Well, this is the weird thing, right?
That or it was a combination
Let me
of those
let me
things.
explain to you the weird thing, the weird side effect about this that I don't think I even told you guys. I lost so much fucking weight that went away completely, right?
Yeah.
Chris, I have never been a size 38 since high school. Waist, right? I'm a 38 waist. I'm under 200 pounds.
Your body probably burned out so much fat for energy that it was just like
people. When I took the mask, people were like, "Oh my god!" Like they couldn't. Because if you notice, my face does get thinner, 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 thinner. Compared to used to be, like that. But when they see, my son saw me. My son was worried. Like my son Anthony's like, "Oh my god, you're right." Like I'm skinny, like literally skinny, and like people are like scared because they're like, "What? Something's wrong?" Because you don't lose that fast.
Yeah.
So then they were thinking it was something
sweating
else
and all that other stuff. Yeah.
And while I had COVID, my teeth got fucked up, which you can't mix. Like I can't get a medicine for the teeth when I'm going, and I can't go to the dentist when I have COVID. So
no,
I couldn't even eat properly because my teeth got fucked up. I broke my tooth when I had COVID. It was a mess. It was a mess, and I had to wait weeks and weeks and after. And then it's a whole. It's one thing after another. But yeah, so now I have to buy all new clothes because every shorts that I have, underwear,
new pair of
pants, they're floating on me. It's like me holding the thing out like this, and they're floating on me. And my appetite has changed. I can't eat because my stomach shrunk. I can't eat more than 3 slices of pizza. I can't have I eat what I eat, but I eat small portions now. I mean, I eat more meals, but less. You know what I'm saying? But I can't eat certain things because my teeth.
Works, yeah.
Yeah, I can't eat certain. My teeth are messed up still, and that's another thing too because the type of metabolism I had is that I can't be without sugar. They said it wasn't diabetes; it was something different that I have to have soda constantly because if I stop drinking, I'll go in a coma. And it's not
like a hypoglycemic kind of thing.
Yeah,
right. But it's not diabetes at all. That's what I'm trying to explain.
It's pretty much what Chris said.
So in other words, if somebody would look at me, if they think I'm diabetic, they would kill me because I can't be without these sodas and everything. I will die. Like I literally. So that's part of. So in other words, in a way, it's good and bad. It's like, I can have as much soda as I fucking. Hysterical. I mean, I have soda everywhere. So there's Coke, there's Pepsi, there's freaking fucking Snapple, there's ginger ale, there's fucking everywhere. Jesus. So yeah, guys, I'm not making excuses, but and then when I went into the gaming community, I think I told you, Chris, right? I was getting death threats from certain people.
That sounds about right.
Certain gamers that they just couldn't accept. I was getting a lot of. That was, I was like,
that means you're doing it right then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's a funny thing though. I started watching all these gamers, and I like a lot of them, right? But I would say to myself, I wouldn't say to anybody else, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go after this person next. So I would look at all their trophies, and I want to have more trophies than them, or I want to get the platinums they got, or I want to get whatever, and I want to pass them, even though a respectable thing. So I started doing that. I'm like, this one. So now these biggest gamers that the biggest, not all of them, but some of them, I have more trophies than them. I have more platinums than them. And I'm looking at this, and and it's hysterical because I'm watching them talk about how to be the best and how to be whatever. And I'm
yeah.
And here you're surpassing them.
I just fucking. But it goes to be the type of person I am. I'm stubborn. Scott knows. Everybody knows I'm stubborn. So you can't tell me I can't do it.
That's why. That's why I try to take breaks from my video game because I know today I was playing a section that I played before. I'm surprised you didn't hear me all the way over in New York.
Oh, these guys were telling me
drive yourself crazy. Yeah,
I break the control. Well, I bought full controllers now, but like I was wearing out controllers. That I had to buy controllers. Like literally, like what? I don't even know how many games they said now. They were saying to me, people started talking to me today. Oh my god, you're gonna cap the level because the level was capped, Chris. I think at 999.
Oh yeah.
It should stop. It continues now, but they're like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you have to get a PS5 because then the level will continue. I'm like, oh, but then I just asked the biggest gamers. I asked iBad Driver I and an Overhyped Gamer. They're like, no, you're not buying PS5. It changed. That you could still see it higher, you know.
Well,
and again,
you did have to. Good luck finding one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna show you my what I have with my achievements only because I'm not bragging at all. I think it's hysterical like how this shit works. But people were telling me they would get mad. They're like, it's going to take you 5 years before you reach 800 rank. Like 5 years. I'm like, oh really? Like, yeah, you're never gonna fucking do it. You're never gonna be okay. And then they were like, oh, it's gonna take you this many years, right? Well, guess what? This whole project that's a little over a year, I'm ranked 138 in America, out of hundreds of millions of people. Okay, in the world, 805. Right? I'm almost at 20,000 trophies. 20,000 trophies. I'm at 895. Now, if you look at my thing, like if you look at it, you'll see that I got thousands of trophies in March.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Not just 1,000, right?
Yeah.
And I got 100 and I think 50 something platinums in 1 month. Like the world record was Overhyped Gamer got 1,010 platinum trophies in 1 year, right? Right now, in April, I think I got over 400 platinums, and it's only April. And it looks like I'm going to crush that, right? So, and it's funny how it took me 2 years to get 105 platinums, and then I'm progressively doing better. So, like, I think I got like 10 or 12 platinums yesterday. Well, no, I stopped playing a little bit because of the April Fools, like whatever. But I didn't want to get the 20,000 achievement on April Fools. Because that nobody believed me, you know. So, but yeah, I'm and if you look at my list, it's like let's see, level history. Hold on, they got like charts and shit. Look at this. It's fucking going through. It's all the way up, you know, in stats.
That's a pretty good graph, though.
Yeah.
No, I know it's fucking. Look at this shit. It's like to the wall. That shit's nuts. But I'm crazy. You guys know I'm crazy. That shit. So. Yeah, so that's me gaming. I know Billy's like, stop the gaming. But it's like I can't stop. All right, I'm so close to beating. Because if you look at every week, I think last week I was ranked 150. And then the week before that, right, Scott, it was 180 or something. So yeah. I'm jumping numbers. Like, by the
you're
fall,
jumping like, what, 20, 30 numbers half the time.
I could be. By September, I could be #1 gamer. Like, I don't know. Like, it all depends on, you know. But I've been dropping. Oh, and that's another thing, too. You realize how hard it is to get games from other regions?
Oh, yeah.
It's not simple because you have to go to an organization to buy it. And your credit card thinks you're fraudulently doing shit.
Yeah.
They're like, excuse me, Mr. Capriccioso, but your card was stolen because they tried to buy $400 worth of games from Hong Kong. Like, yeah, that's me. Like, what? No, that's me. Yeah. Really? Yeah. So every single time, right? No, but the funny thing is, every fucking day that I do this, they constantly, and I keep telling them, no, I'm allowing it. Put it in your notes, right? They decline it, and then I have to go through all the shit every day that I do it.
Yeah. And
then they approve it. Because they don't understand.
I mean, it's a good security measure, though, you know?
No, it is. But I said, do you see what I've only used this credit card for that. Or I've used, and that's the thing. I can't use every credit card for it. Some credit cards are real assholes. They won't do shit. So, but Capital One, that was, you know, they were declining it sometimes. And then my other credit card, and then it's just been, but they charge you. You can't just get a $20 PlayStation card from Hong Kong. you got to spend, let's say, $24. You lose $4.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're getting a $50 one, it costs you $68 because they're making money from you that way because you're getting it from overseas. And then also I have to have notebooks because I could literally think that the game's available in European region, buy it, and it's not. It's just the American version that I already have. So I can't get the platinum twice, it's only once. So I have to look and see each game, is that available for Hong Kong? Is it available for Asia? Is it available for this? Oh, okay, and then I buy it. But then also they have to download. And then sometimes there's those problems with the PlayStation Network, if you remember. So it's a whole process. But I enjoy it. I do, because people get mad. They're like, what the fuck why are you wasting your life? I'm like, what are you talking about? Every bill is paid, right? I'm getting married this year, right? Like, what are you talking about? I'm not, how am I wasting my life? Like, I work till midnight. Where do you want me to go? They're like, you got to go out. Go out where? It's 1 o'clock in the morning, dude. Where do you want me to go? Everybody's closed. I'm playing video games. Like, people, their own life, they're trying to impress on you, but they don't know, So, it is what it is. I'm happy with doing the gaming. I do miss you guys too. I want to still do. It's like a common ground. I want to try to be able to work where I get home
Appease
early
everyone,
enough.
yeah.
Yeah, but I want to appease me too because again, I don't want to be tired doing the podcast. I want to be doing it like we did at 10 o'clock. It would be great if my store would go back to closing early, but well, from later, I guess. But I mean, I could try to switch to mornings, but then that would fuck me up too because I'm not used to that. So Chris and Scott, is Morbius worth watching?
It's worth watching. It's a matinee movie. I will say that much.
I got it. All right. Now,
I initially had it as full price in matinee, but I changed it to matinee.
How was Matt Smith though?
He was good. He was good in that.
Was he good? He sucked.
He was good. He was good.
Chris?
He was better. I'll say this much. He was better in Last Night in Soho. I will say that much. But he is.
Do you like him, Chris? Matt Smith.
It was very run of the mill to me. I mean, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. I'll just say that.
If you want to use the site which I sent Chris, you're welcome. If you don't.
Yeah, we'll talk up here about that. Yeah. What movie did I wanted to see that I didn't see?
I'm sorry, guys. I have to call it a night.
What are we going to? I'm sorry, Chris. I apologize. I didn't realize it was.
No, it's all good. I'm off tomorrow. I just got some other things to take care of.
Yeah, we'll talk about wrestling one day. I want to get caught up with you.
Yeah, sounds
all right. We're getting out of here because it is late. I do apologize, but it's been fun. I had a great time, Chris. I had a great time, Scott. Hope you guys had a good time. We'll try to get these podcasts out to you more frequently. We'll see. All right, thank you guys. Take care. Bye for now.
See you guys.